Hello there, and welcome back to the SWTVC show Nights, right here on YouTube, the streaming home of the SWTVC crew, TVC March Madness, and the ongoing push for the continued existence, expansion, and success of the heritage scale of Star Wars collecting. Running on absolute fumes and feeling my male pattern baldness accelerating with every time I say click the link tree, it's me, Evan, or as you may know me on Instagram, Mile High Ground. It's the final Wednesday of March, so you know what that means? That's right, TVC March Madness 6 is coming to a close. 64 characters entered, only one will come out on top. But who will that be? There's still time to decide. If you haven't already, hit the link tree. There goes that balding again. I can feel the hair falling out. And get your votes in for the final matchup in this championship round of the 6th annual TVC March Madness. And remember, like all matchups in this event, it's not about what you don't want. It's about what you want first. As time marches on towards midnight Eastern time tonight, let me bring on my co-host for the evening so that we can catch up on stuff we've missed and keep tabs on the final hours of the tournament live. First up, almost as always, except for last week, I'm joined by a very special someone who has the height of a basketball player and the brains of a computer used to power a sports betting app, but he uses his powers for Star Wars collecting good. It's the Vintage Concepts, John. What's up, dude?
Hello, hello. I'm tiny here, but how are you?
There we go. Make you less tiny.
Yes.
Cool.
Hello, hello.
All right, and then next up, almost as always, you see him in comment sections. You see him getting speeding tickets to go to toy stores. You see him on live streams. You may even see him staring longingly at photos of Nogri from obscure 90s source books. But you'll never see him buying a Black Series figure, probably. It's SW Collector 3.75, Tyler.
Outstanding introduction. That was your best work yet, I gotta say.
Oh, thank you so much. And we've got a bunch of folks in the chat, but I see someone popped in here to our backstage. Was not expecting this. Let's see if he's ready. Let's bring him on. You've been demanding it, so. Oh my God!
Hello.
Wow.
Hey,
Wow, what's up?
Who it is?
Hello. Hashtag Demanding
welcome.
Brandon. What's up?
There you go. I can't stay long, if at all, longer than a few minutes. But I just wanted to check in, say hi. I know that this has been an incredibly mad March Madness.
Yes.
So I just wanted to say a huge thank you to you guys for all of the work that you're doing, that you have been doing. 6 years running is pretty damn impressive. And to all of the fans who are out there voting in this bracket, we are watching, we are listening. Please be mindful that we can't do everything we would want to do all the time in the ways that we would want to do it, but we're hearing you. And the future is bright. 26 has some great stuff still to come. 27 has even more great stuff still to come. And I think what we really wanted to do was to celebrate with you guys this week. And that was why we planned for the Oray car and the Geonosian Picador to be revealed this week. So judging by everybody's responses yesterday when we dropped that on the poll socials, you loved it. We love it. It's been amazing in person. Go and check out Mr. Stevie's posts that he's been putting up, I think, today of what that looks like in person. But overall, guys, I just want to say a huge thank you. Like, the work that you guys are doing with this does not go amiss. It means a lot to us. We follow along. I have slide decks that I'm looking at right now that has different images on it of, hey, this has been on the bracket 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, whatever. So, like, we're listening, and it just means the world that you guys are doing what you're doing. So I just wanted to hop on quickly and say that. And I know I'm going to have to go and read the chat after this to see all of the comments of make this, make this, make this that I'm probably going to see.
Don't worry, I'll be in touch with my personal.
At least you have customers
on it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And that passion, I cannot tell you how much we reiterate it daily, and people within the business see it. a lot of other people see it who we talk to within some of the stuff that we do, and I have to be vague in what I'm saying there, but like Vintage is known as the most passionate of passionate as passionate can be, and it's powerful. That passion is powerful. It fuels us every single day that we step foot in the office. It seeps into and is infused in every single conversation that Chris and I have, that Steve and I have, that Chris, Steve and I have, and the rest of the team too. So it's, yeah, we really, really appreciate what you guys do.
Well, you've got us beaming. We
Yes,
appreciate what you do.
We appreciate what you do. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
And being so present, you know, being willing to engage with this stuff and not shying away from when we get like foamed around the mouth, like, oh my God, we got to talk about this. And you guys are like, yeah, sure, let's do it. As opposed to like, nope.
Absolutely. Look, it all comes from a shared place and a shared that is rooted in a shared love of this brand and the product that we make around this brand, and whether it's creatures, vehicles, figures, playsets, like it's magical stuff. Like it's been a long week and a long day, and I'm tired, so it's hard to articulate in all the ways that I would love to. But when we get to work on this stuff, and when we get to do all of the things that we do, at the end of the day, and I speak for myself, but I think the team would agree, it is the passion that you guys have as fans that reminds us why we're here in the first place, why we love doing what we do, why it is an honor and a privilege to get to do what we do, and why stuff that is on the other side of the screen that I'm working on at 10 p.m. on what is the day today? Wednesday. That it fuels us, and we need it now more than ever, because we're cooking. We're cooking. I love this Gen Z phrase. I keep using it all the time. People keep making fun of me in the office how much I use it, but we are cooking. And
one of the better ones for
As
sure.
long as we're not cooked. Cooking is good. Cooked is bad, I think.
Yes.
I don't
And
know.
also, I just saw this comment for you, Brandon. Brandon hasn't picked up the Boston accent yet.
And I don't plan anytime soon.
I hope you got your Dunkin' just off screen. Yeah.
Oh, that's true though. Yeah, Dunkin' every morning. Can't go a day without Dunkin'. So
Nice.
cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna go and read the comments, and then I'm gonna get back to this stuff. Chris and I have an important meeting tomorrow, so I want to make sure I'm prepared to bring him to make sure I show him that I did my homework too. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you for the
That's
Oray.
lucky
I gotta say,
season
thank you
all
for the Oray and the Picador and the car. I love it. I love everything about it. I've been
Yes.
waiting for that since 2002. So thank you for finally
Yes,
delivering that.
And shout out to the photo studio, to our branding team. They did some absolutely outstanding work on the shoot for that, to get the diorama shots that we did, how they bring that to life in the packaging. It's all it's magical stuff. So yeah, we were really excited to get that and to celebrate this finale week of another amazing March Madness. So thank you guys. Really, really appreciate you.
Oh, well, we
Thank
appreciate you. Thank you so much for the kind words, Brandon. We appreciate it, man. Immensely.
Thanks for hopping on. So cool. Means a lot to us.
Okay.
Hope to see you again soon.
Yes, I hope so. Take care, guys. Thank
See
you.
ya.
Thank you.
Bye.
How's that, guys? Huh?
Wow.
Well, let's follow this
Pretty
up with
good.
a couple things here real quick.
I didn't get to shout my 100 figure wish list at him, but
Well, speaking of 100, well, 99.99, we just got a super chat
dang.
from
Holy
Esmanador.
whoa!
Wow.
Yes.
Whoa!
He
Dude.
writes, thank you again for all the hard work, the streams, the graphics, and the love for something we all love. TVC for life. Dude, that's exactly
Amazing.
why we're all here, man. You know, we love this
Jeez,
stuff. We
man.
wouldn't be doing it if we didn't love it. And it means the world that, you know, folks participate in this stuff, and that, I mean, you could buy yourself an ATRT, but you're sitting here watching this, and, you know, thank you for supporting us as we try to make this fun in whatever ways we can. So, I mean, huge from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for
Yes,
that.
thank
man.
you. That's amazing.
That's incredible.
Want to say, you know, please, guys, don't feel obligated
No.
to send that much. My goodness.
Yes.
But thank you. That is super awesome. And I just want to remind everyone again that a lot of times we do pour that right back into giveaways, such as Evan giving away a ghost and all the crazy stuff that he does, you know. So you know, we try to give back. So thank you very much for super chats. Like, very appreciated.
And if you do reach out and say that was a clerical error, then totally fine as well.
Fine.
Yeah, if you typed in an extra 9 there, you know,
99 cents
understand.
is more than enough. So thank you.
In which case, we'll get you squared up. So, but I just appreciate that so much. And you're not the only one. We've got another one from Riley Bob is back with Super Chat. Happy endness to the March Madness. Holy Brandon making it onto the SWTVC stream. Boys, you made the big leagues. Thanks for all the madness. I don't know about that, but thank you, man.
That's how you know you made it, right?
Yeah, but it is good that, you know, I hope that maybe you kind of lends a little bit to the Hasbro's watching. They pay attention to how we engage with this stuff, how we talk about the figures we want and all of that. So, I mean,
Well, just, you know, real
From their
quick,
mouths.
even yeah, from their mouths. Like even 6 years on, I still see comments some places of like, oh, why are we doing this? Hasbro doesn't watch this stuff anyway. Brand team member just came onto the stream to tell you guys, yes, we are watching. Yes, your voice matters. Your
Yes.
voting is appreciated. Please participate. Like, I don't know how much more we can do than that, you know?
yeah,
So,
unplanned, by the way. that was,
yeah.
yeah. Wow. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that when we were setting out for stuff today. It was just like, oh, okay, neat.
So I will echo what he said, and you know, I'm sure we're going to say it again at the end of the stream. But thank you to everyone who has participated and voted, even when things don't go your way, even when your favorite characters bite the dust. My number 2 want bit the dust in the first round, and you know what? You keep on voting. You just keep on going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
We have another super chat from Jeff Russell. Man, another year in the books. Y'all do so much to make this happen, and I'm grateful. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Again, you know, our pleasure. I say that now. It's been a long month. Very tired. This is the last night that I have to stay up to turn off a poll and make graphics. It is really, I forget every time we do this. I'm like, I get gung ho
Yeah.
about doing March Madness, and then by like 2 weeks in, I'm like, oh God.
What if we do a stream? What if we do a stream on a Wednesday night every Wednesday in March? And I'm like, all right, okay.
It's like,
If you say so.
yep, it's
Keep
March
that
is
enthusiasm
definitely-
going. Keep that beginning of March enthusiasm going the whole month.
Another super chat from my Star Wars guys. Thank you. He says, another MM in the books. Thank you, gentlemen, for all your time and effort to make this possible. Tap, tap, fist to heart, Pike Soldier 2027. Yes, keep the momentum.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, even though March Madness may be drawing to a close, the conversations that we have, the discussions that we
This
have.
year's, not in
Yes,
June.
this year. Yes. The conversations that we have about characters and the figures that we want to see, those discussions never die. This is just an excuse for us to kind of shine an even brighter light on some of these things and keep those discussions going year round. You know, keep talking about the things you want, keep finding ways to, you know, think about how things could be made or how they could enter the line, or just keep asking for stuff. I think that's key. And another super chat. This was before the stream from Joseph DJ9, and no message, but dude, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Wow. So that was a lot to catch up on. Good Lord.
Well,
How about you
thank
guys? How
all.
you doing?
Good. And hello to everybody else in the chat as well. Hello.
I'm feeling very energized by Brandon's presence. That was super awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Brandon, if you
Yes.
catch up on this. But
Oh man. Well, I see some familiar names in the chat, but we could go through that all night. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. We've got just shy of 100 folks watching at the moment. Thank you again for taking the time out to do another Wednesday night. Hey, we're going to talk about toys at you, sort of thing. And if you're catching this on the replay, good for you. Congrats. You prioritize sleep and wellness and family and food. You know, we'll find out what that's like ourselves soon. It'll be great.
One day.
So anyway, reminder, hit that link on the corner. Tyler, you commented in there, or John did, one of you guys did. That's in there. Hit the link tree if you have
Just
not
pinned it.
voted in today's championship matchup. So
Yes. And let's see, Baymax77 thinks he can see the winner in the reflection of my glasses. Not so fast. Not so fast. I don't have anything open.
yeah, I was gonna say I don't even have the form open. I'm not looking at it right now.
Yeah, I was like, I could look at it, but I know that people would immediately try to pause and look in my glasses. But
Yeah. So yeah, this is March Madness.
Sneaky.
If this is your guys' first March Madness with us, again, I hope you've enjoyed it. If this is old hat to you, I hope you still enjoyed it. So we try to make it bigger, better, more polished every year we do this. We may or may not achieve that, but here we are, and it feels good,
I
man.
mean,
So
I gotta say, I know I'm biased because I'm on your team and everything, but I think your intro and outro videos are very polished.
Yes, this one was amazing, Evan. Thank you for doing that.
Give us a like for those guys. Come on, they slave over this stuff. At least you can do is click that button, right? Come on.
Daniel Falconer writes, choosing which character to vote for today be like Kylo Ren. I'm being torn apart. That is absolutely accurate. So anyway, again, voting is open for about an hour and 42 minutes at the moment. So yes, be sure you get those votes in.
Much to discuss, though.
Yes. Real quick, I do just want to do one last reminder for our collaboration with Carbonites. What did I do with them? Anyway, they're somewhere. Here's some.
Very bad brand ambassadors.
Yes, Vincent with Carbonites. We partnered with him. He did a March Madness collaboration where the 5 winners from the past 5 tournaments have been immortalized in this fun little Carbonites form, as well as this little four-sided Carbonite. Some of the proceeds from that go to the Starlight Children's Foundation, helping sick kids, and the rest, goes to helping out a small Star Wars creator doing really cool stuff in the collector space. So Vincent, shout out to you. I had ordered the extras for the giveaways, and he actually so kindly included a little note here where he wrote thank you, and he included, I held them up, extras of our little 4-sided block so that I can display all of the different characters that represent each and every one of us. You've got me, John, Lewis, Tyler, and then he even threw in, because of the purchase, he threw in the commemorative 15th purchase of Carbonites thing in there. So, dude, Vincent.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
But the fun doesn't stop there.
That's cool.
As a token, as one more token of gratitude from him, which I was not expecting, and this made my day, he brought me Ben Solo.
I love that.
So I got out of the pop game a while ago, but I do have a couple. I've got an Obi-Wan and a signed Ahsoka at home, and this one is going to proudly live on my desk at work, because this is the only Ben Solo, officially licensed Ben Solo that I have in my collection now. And it just means a lot that it came from someone who was passionate about what they were doing and was excited about working with us to help make this event that we do even more fun, unique, and just put a stamp on it this year. So Vincent,
Love it.
Thank you, man. Really appreciate you, folks. If you haven't, check out Carbonites. The case that he's doing ends on the 31st, so that's next Tuesday. So get those while you can before it is retired. I'm going to drop the link here.
I did a second ago, but yeah.
Oh, you did? Perfect. Great. So then, John, you put that in there. So head on over there if you're interested. If you do want some, I'm giving some away. I've got a few extra sets. So all we're going to do for the giveaway on that one is, if you use Instagram, send me a DM. That's at Mile High Ground. You can see that here on the corner of my screen. Send me a DM and just say you'd like to claim a free set of Carbonites. The first folks who do that, first few folks that do that will receive a free set. I'll take care of everything. You just got to reach out to me. Doesn't matter where you live, as long as this country allows things to go out of it and other countries allow them to be received, I will send it to you. So huge token of appreciation to everyone. So anyway, that's my spiel. Spiel. I don't. It's Wednesday night, my dudes. I'm so out of it. So what's next? John, do we have something else in here?
Well, we'll have plenty more to say on March Madness soon, but first, got to give a shout out. We're actually getting new stuff from a new movie and a new TV show before they're out, and you can actually find it in stores. Like, is that legal? It's crazy is what it is.
Make it legal.
But so I know you guys talked a little bit last week. I know, Evan, you had your deluxe Mandalorian and Grogu set.
Yes.
Tyler, have you got this yet?
I do.
Ooh, nice.
Super
nice.
cool.
Where'd you get yours?
A Wally World. Actually, the first one came from EE, and then I found one at Walmart. I bought a second one because I'm deranged. No reason. No, in truth, it's because the torso had a little blemish on the first one. I don't know if you can see that.
So this is blast effects,
super
just blast damage.
OCD, so I bought a second one. Whatever, it's fine. I don't have OCD problems or anything, but it was worth a second purchase. It's really outstanding. The new tooling that we're getting on Mando is really, really good.
It really puts the figure over the top, man. It's
really outstanding.
Yeah. Findor Moon wrote, dude, this new Mandalorian figure is absolutely mind blowing. Yeah, Finn, you've been doing some really cool shots of it. And yeah.
I know there's a lot of people out there who's like, oh, you know, I have like 10 Mandos. I don't need another one. I'm not buying this. Hold on. Hear me out. This is the best Mando figure they've ever made.
Yeah.
You should consider it and, you know, probably get one. I'm telling you, the helmet's different. It's different from the torso up. It's more proportional. The abdomen looks better. The helmet looks better and more detailed. The gauntlets are more detailed. Everything is just better on this version. So I don't know what to tell you, guy, other than you should buy it. You really should buy it.
Over the past few years, they upgraded the legs with rockers and then, you know,
barbell hips.
Barbell hips,
Yep.
So it's time to do the rest of them.
Yep.
Sir,
So,
outstanding figure, truly.
I'm still waiting on this one. Pulse says April 1st, which is just a week away, so hopefully it's not too far off of that. They are currently shipping the Mando and Grogu Black Series figures. That's just all I'll say about that, which I did find at Target last night without any TVC to go with it. But I did, however, find the new vehicle that everyone's talking about, the Imperial Remnant ATRT, and I have it right here. This is the one everyone's talking about, right? Just kidding. I did find it, but I got the real deal right here. You got to get both. You got to get them all, people. You got to collect them all. But this one is not. This is a fan channel exclusive, I believe, right?
Yes, which includes GameStop, which is actually where I found mine today.
Beautiful.
So, I was pretty stoked about that. I made time to go do that in between work and neglecting real life to do this with you guys. But in the vein of that ATRT that you got, that wasn't the vintage collection one. I may or may not have gotten the hot sneak preview of another character that we hopefully get. Zeb.
Wow. If you hold it far enough away, we could think that it's a TVC sneak peek.
It's maybe good.
Yeah.
So honestly, just because he's a big figure, I was not planning on getting any of this line. I still am probably not going to get much of it. I say that now. Famous last words, John. I'm sure I'll be texting you in about 48 hours. It's like, I have a problem. But yeah, I did grab the Zeb since he's bigger anyway, and this is a weirdly scaled bigger line, so it's not as out of place. Hopefully until we get the real thing. Fingers crossed. So.
But anyway, so we have, I don't mind the ATRT since we have the TVC one as well. I got it when it came in stock in Entertainment Earth. I do have a few on pre-order from Hasbro Pulse ones. Now they'll have some buddies when they arrive, you know, in a couple weeks or whenever that is. There's been a lot of awesome images of this. I know Porg Dameron's, we've all shared that one.
Yeah.
A really dynamic, cool James Bond inspired shot.
Let me, you know what, I think I can show it off real fast. I think I have it pulled up. There we go. This.
Yes, that looks awesome.
Like, good Lord.
The speeder bike in the back.
Poor Dameron cooked with this one. Yes. That is so good. Holy
good.
Yeah. Looks awesome. And then I also mentioned like Toys of the Way had a great you know, posing video on his little turntable that he has. And then the other person whose name I cannot pronounce, Wanji, I see you wrote it in the chat, in the outline here. Sorry, I'm skipping away.
Yeah, no,
ahead.
you're good. Yeah.
And yes, Kin Poor Nice Guy wants. So I'm new here. Is this for vintage collection stuff? Yes, I'm sorry. We took a detour to talk about stuff we found for just a second, but it is about vintage collection.
Yes. We were talking about this. The vintage
Tyler
collection
allows
ATRT.
us 15 seconds every week before he gets twitchy, so it's okay. And I'll say real quick, thank you, Scott.
Yes, Scott Reddy.
Thanks for another great March Madness.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Chat. And then John Rosenmast. Tyler, is that a trash can video of you getting rid of your old Mandos, or are you going to keep those guys around?
Yeah, they're still serviceable. You know, they've got rocker ankles and ball hips. They're not so disgusting that they belong in the trash can yet. Maybe in 20 years. No,
yet. Yeah, we also got there's a new basic wave as well.
Mhm.
That's out. That's the Marok and 11th Brother from Maul Shadow Lord, the Imperial
It's so good.
at AT-AT driver. I got the wave from Entertainment Earth finally showed up. That was a fun saga. A kind soul. It was misdelivered by you,
Yes.
and a kind soul who it was misdelivered to all the way across my town drove the 20 minutes over to my house, unprompted, just to drop this off, and I was so thrilled. So good things do happen
Nice.
sometimes. I was going to say good things happen to good people, but that's mighty presumptuous about my character. Not- so
You're great. You're a great person. Dang it. Yeah, so it includes Moroccan, the 11th Brother from Maul Shadow Lord, the Imperial Remnant AT-AT driver, and Imperial Remnant Snowtrooper from The Mandalorian and Grogu, and IG-11 Marshal from The Mandalorian Season 3.
Yeah.
Of course.
So
It's all Imperial wall to wall. Well, almost.
Yeah.
we
not
gotta talk
IG-11,
about
but
these. We gotta talk about these.
we
yeah,
do
so
real quick. So yeah, John, you were saying they were found.
just a rundown of where they are. So Entertainment Earth sent out the case this week, and Evans, I think Tyler's, you said yours is back ordered, right?
Yeah. Guess they're going pretty fast.
And
It's a
they're
solid
also in store at Walmart and Target. I'd seen some images of people at Target. I think Yakface got them before the March 22nd street date, so I wasn't able to get them then. But I believe you guys both found these at Walmart, yes?
Sorry, I glitched out there for a second. Missed what you just said.
You found these at Walmart, but let's wave Tyler. You go first, I guess.
Yes, I will. I will go first. Yeah, I found the whole way. Oh, can you hear me, John?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I found the whole wave at Walmart. I was super excited. I found a couple, 2 or 3 deluxe Mandos, and then the whole wave. I left the remnant snowtroopers just because I have a bunch of those coming already from EE. I didn't really feel the need to. I wanted to leave some for other people. There were at least 1 case, maybe 2 cases there. I think 2 cases because there were a couple 11th Brothers, I think. But I managed to grab one, and I grabbed Marok. Man, let me tell you, dude, I'm so stoked. I love them. I'm absolutely overjoyed. These in my collection.
I bet.
So, I was telling you earlier, we got time to talk, right?
Yes,
When
yes.
I'm gonna share this
Evan's
little story
dealing
time.
with some technical stuff, so.
Yeah, so, the 11th Brother, I want all the Inquisitors, right? But he wasn't really at the top of my priorities as far as Inquisitors go. Really want the second sister. The 5th Brother's been in multiple media now. 7th sister as well. 4th sister has been in a couple medias as well. So 11th Brother, very cool character, but I was like, he was dispatched fairly quickly by Ahsoka, so he's kind of lower on the list. But once we see him in the trailer of Shadow Lord, and now having the figure, he's really bumped up. I mean, he's so freaking.
Yeah, like so cool.
He
I love the
is
printing on the cape there.
absolutely yes.
Nice.
So the cape drapes really well around his shoulders. Really excellently. And it's got like that double layering, just like in the in the media. It's very accurate.
Okay.
And he's got these really cool, I mean, obviously we've seen the promo images, but these super
Those
cool,
claws.
like these robotic, the dude,
Oh, nice.
the Ace 2,
Crow
absolutely
mask.
some figure.
How do
And
you,
then of course there's Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about the? Because I know he reused light cruiser Luke's legs, and then they added like some some taller thighs. Did that kind of throw off the balance, or does it look pretty good to you?
I think it looks very proportional. It looks fine.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I don't see any issues with that at all. And then we've got obviously Marok, who
You've been waiting for him.
I really wanted him since Ahsoka, and also he made a small appearance in Tales of the Empire in the scene where Barriss gets introduced to Vader for the first. Super cool scene,
Yes.
very short though. But The paint job on this guy and the articulation and the armor, absolutely awesome. I don't know if you can see it on screen, but he does have a little bit of dings on the armor and the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of wear, but not like rusty like it is in Ahsoka.
Yeah, looks great.
Absolutely awesome, dude. Awesome. And I will point it out. I'm kind of stealing Evan's thing here, but I just wanted to point out that these Inquisitors have different lightsabers. All 4 of them have different lightsabers. So here, this one is 11th Brothers, and then the other one is Marok's, known as the First Brother. Although he's almost never referred to as that. Very cool. Each of the 4 Inquisitors, like I said, has a unique lightsaber. And I'm thrilled. I'm super, absolutely thrilled to be adding to our Inquisitor ranks. We got a long way to go. We have many left. Like I said, second sister is top priority because she's been in 6 March Madnesses now. Fifth brother, fourth sister, even the ninth sister. If they can find a way to get her, she would be massive. But if they can find a way to get her in the line, that'd be an awesome figure.
Yeah,
be rad.
And then let's talk about the AT-AT driver. Unless you guys have anything
I just want to say real
about
quick.
the
Basil G. Why can't I? There we go. It's so cool that Ahsoka took both these guys out in different decades.
Yeah. That's true.
And maybe Maul killed them first because they both kind of turned into fart dust
I'm
clouds.
thinking
Killed him, but
I'm thinking that Maul kills Marok in the show, and then Morgan Elsbeth finds his armor or something later and reanimates him into the zombie that we see in Ahsoka.
Yeah, and I wanted to say of the whole wave real quick because somebody asked about the case assortment. IG-11 and 11th Brother, both the 11 guys, they're 1 per case, and the other 3 are 2 per case.
Yeah, and can you guys hear me real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure I was still around.
Maybe Tyler can't hear you, I guess. Yeah. Tyler, can you hear Evan or not?
Nope, I cannot.
All right. Okay. Tyler, hop back out and then hop back on. I already did that.
His mouth moving. You can still hear me, right, John?
Yeah, but Tyler, can you hop out and hop back on real quick?
You think it's a me problem, huh? Be right back, guys.
Yeah, technical difficulties.
I can hear everybody. I have no problems for some reason.
Right back.
But and then Evan. Yes, always something new. But Evan, which so you opened Marok, but not the 11th Brother yet?
Yes, I did not open 11th Brother yet. He was actually hard to track down, so I know he's the one in the case, and I wanted to get an opener. I found. Is this an okay time for me to mention the Walmart journey with this?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so I was actually in Denver this past weekend. Let me add Tyler back to this when he's ready.
Say.
You good?
A word, any word?
Can you hear us?
Yes. Okay. Cool. All right. Oh, good. All right.
Perfect. So just real quick, I was just going over, Tyler, how I'd found this wave many times. I was south of Denver, and I hit multiple stores on that Sunday release date on my way back home. Over a 300-mile stretch, I found this wave many times, which I was stoked about.
That's really
However, every single instance that I found it, the cards were all smashed up and folded and creased at every store in the same exact way. So I'm thinking my fellow regional folks out here, looks like something bad happened at distribution for Walmart for our TVC stock, and that's a bummer.
The ones on the East Coast looked okay, but I do remember the previous wave, the Padme wave. Do you guys remember when I found that wave and all the tops were creased, and I was like, someone's damaging these? Well, maybe not. Maybe they're just the box got crushed. No.
Yeah. It was the second time I found it. I was like, wow, that's weird. It looks the same as the last store. And I had to think, did I come to the same store twice and forget? Entirely possible. But
it's
no.
been known to happen.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So AT-AT driver. Yes. Can we discuss?
Sure.
Okay. So I love the figure. I really do. I think it's pretty great. Pretty great. Obviously, it is not we've talked about a perfect match for the OT. I do want to compare with 2 other AT-AT drivers that I have. This one is what, the Legacy Collection? Is that what it was? With that had the ball jointed elbows? It was
Yes,
Legacy
yeah.
Collection, right? Okay.
And that is a removable helmet, right, on it?
Yes, correct. With the clone underneath.
Yeah, that's Legacy, yeah.
Everybody hates that. So so we got Legacy Collection, and then this one was
The
the
Saga
Swivel Elbows
Collection.
Saga Collection run. So I'm gonna put these up on screen together. We can see
Oh, yeah.
we can see that the helmet is definitely the smallest of the three, but the figure in general is kind of smaller than the other two. So it makes it a little bit more proportional. I don't know. Some people like Tanith were saying that the helmet is way too small and it's supposed to be kind of big and enormous. Like, I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about that. Some
Personally,
people are saying that for the OT version, they need to completely redo the helmet.
Yeah.
It's way too small. So yeah, I want to get your thoughts on that. It's nicely sculpted. Could see people's argument for it being a little too small, maybe. What do you think?
I think because we kind of went over it a couple weeks ago or when they announced it, but I will say some of the images from The Empire Strikes Back where it looks giant, it doesn't really look that giant in the movie. I think, I don't know, lens distortion, however they put wherever they put the camera, I don't think it's not supposed to be a bobblehead, this isn't a Funko Pop.
Yeah.
But I do think the new ones maybe a little undersized, but maybe they shrank it down a little bit for the new redesign of it. I'm not really sure. I'll have to see the movie. I'll have to get the figure in hand, I guess. Out of the box.
I'm just trying to. When you compare the head to like Veer's, for example, right?
yeah.
Can you imagine a head being under that helmet?
Right.
I don't know. It might be a little small.
Yeah, it's kind of small. I don't know. Aesthetically, though, it doesn't look out of whack for me. It looks. I do like it, but I do understand because I'm about to grumble about something in a little bit that I'm like, this needs to be redone. So who am I to say no? Don't ask for a redo of a part you don't think is good enough. I mean, it's like, yeah, maybe they just need to scale it up just a little bit, but I don't think we're in redo the whole thing territory with it. So, but I like the aesthetics of it, at least for the Mandalorian and Grogu. So if and when they ever get around to Empire Strikes Back, maybe that can be an opportunity for them to scale up that helmet.
Gotta shout out this Veers again. So good. So
yeah.
I'll talk about that wave in a minute, but
yes.
Anything else from this current wave real quick?
Like I skipped IG-11 because I just didn't feel a need to have him immediately like these Inquisitors.
Yeah, that one was also one that I encountered a bit. So while 11th Brother is one per case, same with IG-12.
IG-11.
IG-11.
He reverted to 11 when they got rid of the.
So
Well,
Evan,
one
you
per
have not
case,
found the 11th Brother anywhere yet?
No, I did. I found him.
You did find him. Okay.
Yeah, I found him at Walmart, and then I got the case. So, but out of all the Walmarts, I only found 11th Brother once. He was in some of the stores. He was the only one missing from everything. So
I don't know. I've been told that Inquisitors are lame and that their lightsabers that they use as helicopters are stupid, and Vader should be the only one hunting Jedis, and on and on and on. I don't know, man. They seem pretty cool to me. But,
yeah. Well, also, Tyler, thanks for calling out the unique lightsabers for him. I remember schooling you on that back in 2022 around the failed HasLab, when it was just like, we could just use it for Grand Inquisitor lightsaber. I was like, well, actually, they're a little different.
Actually, I can't.
But yeah,
You want to school us on anything else here, Evan?
do I have anything written down?
Everybody schooled on it. Well, I'll just say some people have been finding another item at Walmart that the rest of us at least have on pre-order. Also due April 1st, which is still a week away, as it was last time we mentioned it 10 minutes ago. But which is, of course, the Obi-Wan Kenobi Utapau and Airborne Trooper 212 set.
Yes.
And the knees turned out great and everything's fine. Everything's fine, right?
Okay. Yeah. I pulled up just I found a fun meme from Ben Swallow Collector on Instagram with a little anatomy book of where knees should be. And John Runner 88 did a really good review of this Obi-Wan figure. And you can see that there of those wonderful knees. So
hold on, Evan. Before you get into your rant,
yeah,
which is very warranted,
It's not going to be too long. It's going to be short. But
I just want to say, in case Brandon is still watching,
yes,
we try to be very balanced here. I praise like, like these Inquisitors, right?
Mhm.
Praise, absolutely gushing for them. Love them. Haven't been so excited in months. Genuinely. But we try to be fair. We also criticize when it's warranted as well. And I think that, and again, you're going to get into the long rant here. I just want to say, Obi-Wan Kenobi, if I was to come up with a list of the top 10 most important characters in all of Star Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi would absolutely be one of those characters. Most of the time, Hasbro gets things right. They do a phenomenal job, like 98% of the figures they're putting out these days are outstanding. They're the best 3.75 that ever been, ever in the history of Star Wars figures in almost 50 years. Except when they do something like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's especially important to get the mains right. Figures and characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi, it is like Han Solo. It is absolutely essential to get these right. Review them a second time, a third time, a fourth time, however many times it takes to make absolutely sure there's nothing wrong with this figure. Okay? Stuff like this should not be happening. It looks like a prototype that somehow made it into a final. It's like, what happened here? All right, Evan, go ahead.
Well, I'm not going to get into a huge rant because if you're familiar with the channel, you all know that I've done the Looney Tunes breakdown. There's a short video of that on this channel as well. If you follow us on Instagram, I've put together the Looney Tunics visual graphics. I didn't include it in the slides here. We're just kind of, again, Tyler, what you were leaning into is like being critical, but I really believe in trying to be constructive when it comes to things that are disappointing, and instead of just being mad about it, trying to offer some constructive feedback as to ways they could maybe correct it through future releases and things they need to do. That said, I have some revisions to my thoughts since then, but I'll hold off on a full manifesto until I have that figure in hand.
Manifesto.
But I will say this was the first time in a long while that a TVC product turned me off so bad that I actually started wondering if I needed to collect them all. I haven't felt that in a long time. It like really bothered me. I know some folks are like, it's not the end of the world. For sure, there's more important stuff to be upset about. This is my favorite character, in a favorite look of his. So it was a huge bummer. If it bothers you like it does to me, let's get loud about it. Let's keep the pressure going. Imagine if this had happened to an OT main. We saw what happened when Luke, the first release of Luke, didn't have enough iconic dirt on his boots, and that was the end of the world for some people. And that's fine. I mean, granted, then another one came and it did have that. Great. Remember Sabine's helmet? They've since heard that and done the swappable heads. Axe Woves, even though the redo also then had some other different inaccuracies that need to be addressed at some point, but whatever. We need to send strong, consistent messaging, and especially like something like this, that the legs on this guy, one, cannot be reused for anything, should not be reused for
forever.
Ever.
Melt that tooling down.
It is a loss.
Puddle of metal.
It is a
never
loss.
Use it again.
It is a loss of tooling, and that is a darn shame. But it went by so many eyes before, and it made it to production, and nobody said anything, which is wild. So need to send that, and this problem can't be repeated. It needs to be fixed somehow down the line. And the culprit for it, I've talked about how the lower legs are short. That is exacerbated by the upper legs, which I thought were probably fine. They're not. They're too long, and that really extreme angle to cheat some bagginess of his pants to come over the knees in an attempt to hide the knee joint really throws off the proportions. It makes the leg look fat and weird, and it forces the joint to be lower than it should be on that other part. So that's a That's a no-go, Hasbro. If you do ever hear this, I love you. God bless you. I love me some Obi-Wan Kenobi. I appreciate the thought on this one, but you gotta go back to the drawing board on the thigh piece and the lower leg piece for this guy, because he's too important to be left with a figure that is just so close to greatness, but let down in such a colossal way. So anyway, more on that at another time when we don't need to be talking about March Madness and all of that.
What
But
I just want to say, if they are planning to re-release this Obi-Wan in like Mustafar sort of dirtied up version or something, and like they haven't sold this figure yet and they're able to do so, immediately cancel it. Like you should not release this again with those knees.
Yeah.
Ever again.
Yeah.
If it's at all possible to like immediately hit the stop button on production, if this is coming again,
Stop the presses.
Stop, immediately stop.
yes.
But the good news is there are ways to correct this. Evan has created his Looney Tunics images where we talk about, how you can re-release this figure again, slightly retooled with like Clone Wars armor.
Mhm.
And that way you can give people the opportunity to get corrected legs that they can, boil and pop out. And that will right this wrong.
Yeah. And this, to piggyback on that too, is you don't even really need to reinvent the wheel on the legs. One, you need to stop doing that low knee thing where you're trying to angle it to hide the joint, because it just creates more problems than it's worth. You already do a good job with the knees. The Master Soul legs that I believe were also used for Yord Fandar, those upper legs would work fine. And then if you design a more proportionate lower leg with Obi-Wan's accurate boots for that, you've already got the foot designed. You've already got the hips themselves. So it's just two pieces that you need to do plus the joint in there. So it's not a whole huge ordeal. There's a lot of ways to make this right fairly easily and not at a huge cost. So we're not asking for like fix this and not make another figure that we want. It's like make this, and then if there was maybe another partial retool that you're unsure about, maybe swap it out for this, or use this Obi-Wan with some light updates as a way to cost out another new figure in some other kind of pack. I don't know. So
real quick, can you highlight my Star Wars guys comment, because it's really funny.
So to be clear, you're not happy with the knees. I'm weak in the knees about these knees. I'm just kidding.
If I can say something, let me bring it back to
please
positivity for a second. Yes, the knees are bad. I don't have this figure in hand, but the images I've seen, like everything else about it looks great. And that's why this one thing is very. One of the reasons why this is very frustrating.
Yeah.
I mean, the head sculpt looks great.
Yeah.
I don't have the figure. I know the cloak needs some work. We've said all this before. I'd like to move on. Quite frankly, I love you both, but we've said it all before.
Yeah.
Well, the portrait looks great. I heard someone even say that he's got like the little moles on his forehead, which is incredible. Really
love
incredible.
That. Yeah. So it's good. It's not a total loss. It's not a total waste. It's just.
Would like to reiterate once again that I think Hasbro needs to take another look at the cuts for the robes, because the flare out on the shoulders of the robe is looking a little too Kennery for me. Not a big fan. I like the cuts that you used to do with, I'll give you an example here. I've got an old Pit Fisto. I don't even know if this is the robe that came with him, but look at this. Look at how nice that looks. Right? Looks very natural. The hood there. Looks really nice, right? Too flared out like a Kenner figure. Robes are looking too Kennery for me.
The hood's helped by the fact that he has Leku that cover up the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, bad example, but you get what I'm saying, though.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying.
For sure.
We can move on.
Yes. So anyway, enough about Obi-Wan. Sorry for derailing. Thank you guys for giving me a platform to complain, but again, trying to be constructive. It's not the end of the world. It's just something that I really hope is fixed in the future. The end. John, where are we going next?
Yes. So one other thing to complain about with this set, which we didn't even know about till today, the Airborne Trooper, on the card, as they set up the card image for this, they always Photoshop these images a little bit. They clean them up. They make the. We saw a post from Chris Trevas, the artist, who says sometimes you have to add extra detail for some of the prequel images because they were in like 1080p resolution back in the day. But they took a lot of the score marks off of the Airborne Trooper, And some people are like, oh, that's because they didn't do enough, battle damage deco on the figure. They don't want people to look and say, hey, the figure doesn't match the card. Or some people said or one of our friends said maybe it's just because the printing wouldn't have looked good on it. I don't know. I don't know why they did it, but they did it. So
it's just something to bring up. I would say my personal opinion is whenever possible, because I understand there's translations between, the visuals, 20 years ago and 4K now and upscaling it and all that technical stuff. But all that to say, whenever possible, I think that the film still should be as unedited, just what you see on screen is what should be on the card. Opinion. What are you guys thought? When it's possible.
Yeah.
Again, when it's.
I don't mind that it's kind of got that cleaner presentation, and it's I think was it Lewis when we were talking earlier about it today had mentioned the having the grunts, having the same deco on every single one of them would be tough. So the same battle damage and dirt would be like okay.
As cool as it is to have battle damage and stuff on this, there were, days back in the day when they would have like very distinct battle damage, and then you buy a whole platoon of them like Tyler does or whatever, and they all look the exact same.
Exactly, yeah.
I
don't want that.
They all tripped on the door frame in the exact same way and fell down or something. But
it's fine when they have like very light scuff marks like the 501st.
Yeah.
But when they all have the exact same score mark, in the right side of the forehead or whatever, it's like, okay, they all look exactly the same. This is stupid, realistic. But I prefer them to keep them on the cleaner side so that if you want to customize them and add some score marks, you can do that yourself. When they come out of the packaging, they all don't look exactly the same.
Agree. But I'll say because I designed the cards for fun, and you do often have to add a little, like I was thinking of the Aunt Beru because I use the same image for this. Like you have to sharpen some things, or you have to blur some things, or you have to extend the background, or you have to, add texture in certain ways to make it look better. And I'm just doing it for a tiny little phone screen. These people have to do it for an actual image that gets printed, which needs a lot more detail than just, just an image that I slap on there sometimes. But, so I don't know why they did it. It is interesting. It's interesting to note.
It's the little oddities of the vintage collection. So,
speaking of a little oddity, if we can go back to a couple waves, Tyler, you were showing some of it earlier. The Pogle wave, I just wanted to mention because people are. We got the case from Entertainment Earth. I've had it for a couple of weeks. I think people are still waiting for it to get through other fan channel retailers. I don't think Pulse has sent it out yet. I think Amazon might be prepping it right now. So I know some people are still waiting on that, but. I will say real quick, because I had this guy carded last time I was on the stream, but I just love this figure. I know, as Miko was mentioning last week, he's not wrong that there are a couple deco hits maybe here and there that are not 100% where they need to be, but overall, he is amazing. It's the posability. I love the wings. Amazing. The fact that they're ball jointed is crazy.
Yeah. Dude, it's
a
really, really phenomenal figure.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Someone
I was just going to say, someone in the comments said, hey, funny idea. What if next year's March Madness was all about the holiday special? I don't know if he's talking about the conversation here. Yeah. We are going to get to March Madness related stuff. We're just killing some time because we still got an hour left. Bear with us. We're going to discuss.
There's a method to our madness and our March Madness, but also if he's serious, don't threaten John with a good time because.
Yes, I will do it. I will do it.
Yeah, so
anyway, shall we get to? So
let's do it.
We love the Geonosians. We need more. Hey, here's one now. As Brandon mentioned earlier, we got the Oray and the Geonosian Picador revealed yesterday, going up tomorrow. But it's VC 411 Geonosian Picador. Nothing in the set has ever been made before in the line, in the 3.75 line, in any Hasbro line ever. This is what I need to see. This is what I love to see. New from any old media, new media, in between media. I need stuff that I don't have already. In addition to updates,
debut call out, yeah.
Love debut. I love, we always go back and forth on. We need stuff redone, but this is what gets my motor going personally more than anything else in vintage collection. Stuff that I've been waiting to add to my collection since I saw the movie over 20 years ago. now I can finally do that, which is insane to me. So yes, it includes the cart, includes the Oray, it includes the Geonosian. And yes, we got the new Padme in the box. Looks like the old Anakin on the box, even though we have the beautiful new Revenge of the Sith body, just waiting for a new arm and a new head. Let's go. Come on.
Yep.
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
I do feel like I'm hoping that basically a Attack of the Clones Anakin is coming this year. And so I do think it's unfortunate that, assuming one is probably coming, they could not put the box because it's nice to
Unless
have
it's
the
just the
latest
repack
stuff.
of the old one.
Well, yeah, let's hope they have the new body, so it
that's
shouldn't
what I'm
be.
saying. Yeah, we
No, I know. I know
He's even
this.
got his knees ready.
You
to do.
know this. We
All
all
right.
know this.
I'm just saying,
But
it would
yeah,
have
what
been
if they
nice to
did?
get the latest and greatest on the package.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
This one's not
Assuming
that
one is
bad,
coming.
No.
but
Real quick, Dr. Jones, do we have an official MSRP? $79.99 USD, correct?
$80. $80.
yes, and it's a fan channel and Amazon exclusive. Again, coming out tomorrow at, I believe,
Oh, I thought it was
1 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
Yep. Tomorrow,
You're wrong.
Thursday.
So
Trust John's mustache in my own brain. So
yes, love it. We love the scene where they go in, where they enter, where Anakin and Padme confess their love for each other, and the love theme plays, Across the Stars plays, and this little crazy guy on there driving them. And I like how he's chained up. But yeah, Steve Evans showed that we can go through these images as well.
Yeah.
It's got that beautiful card, similar to a card I designed. I did not think we'd be getting this when they announced Battle of Geonosis.
Love that.
So my most wanted Battle of Geonosis item.
Oh, cool.
For sure.
And I love that they're flexible with how they're designing the bubbles now too to account for these longer accessories.
So they don't have to just like put it angled in and make the whole thing bigger or whatever.
Yeah.
But and then today Steve Evans showed how the Oray. So there's 4 Orays in the arena, which I mentioned here. So in addition to the Oray that pulls Anakin and Padme on the cart, there are 3 that attend the beasts, 1 each for the Reek, Nexu, and Acolyte. The guy that helps the Nexu is not very lucky, but there's another Geonosian that takes over for him right away. So yeah, you can see how you can go make it from chariot mode. You remove those little pins from the Oray, and then in the next batch of images, put the saddle and bit and reins in there, and there's little plugs for the holes in the side. It does not have the saddle. I saw people pointing that out because there is a taller, more intricate saddle for the 3 that are ridden by picadors. But I don't know. I'm sure the 3D printing community will come in clutch here soon and get that done because you know what? I'll take 85% of the way there.
Yeah.
Over anything.
This is fun. I do like it.
Yes, and then they have the long prod because the driver doesn't have the long prod, the long stick that Obi-Wan uses to pimp slap a Geonosian in the face and then try to stab.
Well, they also
Acolyte.
use them to bring the beasts into the arena. Yeah.
Yeah. But so yes, you will need 4 Orays. There are no plans to release them with a different saddle at the moment, but
there are no plans to release them at all.
Yeah, outside of
We're
this,
planning for our second follow-on release.
Yeah.
Steve said on Instagram there are no plans for that. So if you want to get 4 to be screen accurate, get them now before they're gone.
Yep.
Yes, and then
being a shill, I know. I got it.
Hamdam says, I thought Hasbro teased the Geonosian blaster, yet that blaster is not included. These Geonosians do not use the blaster. They do not have wings. They use the pike and they drive the cart. So I would highly doubt that this is the only other Geonosian that we'll be seeing this year. I would assume because they showed the sonic cannon, that would lead me to believe. We got these wings just sitting here waiting to be reused. I mean, come on, guy.
Yeah, there's probably another one coming.
But
yeah, what do you guys think about this thing?
I'm over the damn moon, obviously.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think?
It's freaking it's awesome because you don't expect to get stuff like this anymore, especially from we've just been so prequel star for such a long time that it really just it's so cool. I think it's brilliant. I think it's really well done. I think they nailed it for the most part. We are going to talk a little bit about whether it's potentially undersized. Put that aside. Talk about that in a minute. But it's really cool to see something debut for the first time, never before made. Battle of Geonosis theme. I think it's awesome, really awesome.
Yeah.
I just hope that people show up for it.
Yeah.
I think the Bantha did really well, right?
Maybe.
I think it's sold out on Pulse and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Prequels fans, this is your opportunity,
Yeah.
Put your money where your mouth is.
We saw the little placard at Toy Fair, wherever that was, next to the Mando stuff.
Soft pipelined.
Yes, but it didn't. And the name here, it doesn't mention the cart. So everybody's like, where's the cart? Where's the cart? But luckily, thank God, the cart is here.
Chariot, whatever you want.
Kiwi Man says, Tanith and John are once again confirmed as the same person based on their identical reaction. We just have impeccable taste. It was fun seeing the people that were very excited about this. And yeah.
Zinger had mentioned, despite reservations, thrilled that this theme is actually doing something brand new to 3 3/4 inch scale. Agreed. And someone mentions, Brent 1973 mentions general social media reaction. This is very positive, I would say. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's good, man. I like that. So I do love this debut stuff.
I don't think I saw a single comment that was like, this is lame, or I'm not buying. Like, I don't think I saw a single one.
And as John Rosum says,
everyone was like, this is awesome.
Getting to check out something I've wanted since 2002 and never thought I'd have such an amazing feeling. Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
that's wild. So, I mean, should we just talk briefly? Because I know it's 9 o'clock. So real quick reminder, if you haven't voted in today's championship matchup of March Madness, go to the link tree. It's in the corner of the screen. Go do that. Go vote. There's 100 folks still watching right now. Thank you so much for hanging with us. And now back to the show.
Yes, and we'll get to March Madness in just a second, but it's been a good week for TVC this past week. We're finding new stuff. We're getting new stuff. We're seeing more new stuff that I've wanted for 2 decades. So I'm very pleased. Is it undersized? I don't know. Is any vehicle properly sized in this line? I don't know. Some of the images people keep posting, like all the renders are like the camera's very low, so the Oray looks big and the Geonosian looks small, and then Steve's picture, the only picture we have of the Geonosian figure riding the Oray, is from the top down, so it's, I don't know, and it's on a saddle that is not as big as the one in the film. I'll wait till we see it in hand. I don't know. I've seen a lot of Zapruder film style analysis of how big it is and whether the knees match up here and there and stuff, but
I understood that reference.
Thank you. But I think it looks great. I don't know. Maybe it's 5% too small. I don't know what to tell you, but also, and then we got to get to, because there's also, you can use it for the scene where Padme's riding it and Anakin's in the chariot, just mowing down droids with his green lightsaber.
That would be so cool if they did new Anakin for that.
And then when it falls over, and of course their aggressive negotiations comments. So,
heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's an optical illusion and that it's appropriately sized so that when it's on it looks like it does in the movie where they're like using it for cover. There's people mock the dialogue in the movies. For some of us, these scenes are it's of our childhood, and some of us is me, I guess. But
only you, Tyler. You're the only person out there that likes it.
I unashamedly genuinely love the movie. Yeah. Everybody knows the Geonosis. I'm thrilled to have it. Super cool.
Yeah. Tyler, you're cutting out just a little bit.
Every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then. So
I don't know why it does this. The technology just hates me.
It's all good. It wouldn't be a collector stream if there wasn't technical difficulties. So,
but somehow we're getting a new Attack of the Clones beast and vehicle. We're also getting a new Solo figure very soon. What?
Yes. This is DDBD, aka Dad Bod. We've talked about this before coming to Disney Store and the Disney parks, but I just wanted to throw this in here to remind folks, can you believe it? Because March Madness is ending. That means April is soon, and it's the first Friday of every month that a new Build-A-Droid shows up on DisneyStore.com. So this will be going live April 3rd. That's next Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, I believe, is what that is.
Yeah.
These seem to have been getting harder and harder to get with each release. Gotta
get it quick.
Anyway, so I just wanted to throw that out there as a reminder for folks that that's coming.
Real quick, John. You've got quite a voice and quite a mustache. How good are you at singing?
Let me see. I see what you're getting at. I don't know if I can do the voice. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's an Oray.
Outstanding.
Thank you.
Outstanding.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for that comment, John
God
Rosen.
bless.
I'll just say real quick, not to go down the rabbit hole, but Charger 9105 says something I've been saying forever. Anakin was raised to be a monk from ages 9 to 19. Why would he have smooth pickup lines for Padme exactly? Thank you. He's supposed to be awkward. That's the whole point.
Yes.
Anyway.
Totally agree.
Shall we get into?
Let's.
We've got
do
1 hour
it.
left.
We've got less than. We've got 53 minutes now before polls close in March Madness 6.
I'm having a great time with this stream, I gotta say.
Heck
It's
yeah.
been a very enjoyable stream.
I hope you guys in the audience are enjoying, because I'm having the time of my life here between Brandon and John singing, and it's just fantastic. I've got Inquisitors in hand. Life is good, man.
Yeah,
Life is
man.
good, you know?
It's good stuff. There's a lot to be happy about right now. So March Madness still in full swing. Championship voting. Make sure if you haven't done that already, please do that ASAP. Time is running out. So that's until 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah. Anyway, John, where do
I'm
you
out of
want to
beer,
go?
though, so that.
Yes. Well, I just sent the link in the chat again. Just looking over the number of votes we got every day. The average, not including today, has been 1,538 votes in each matchup. I think, what was the lowest? It was the first day at
First day.
1,451. The highest was the 7th day in the Sweet 16.
Yep.
1,612.
The first day, it's always like, oh, I forgot this was happening. It's like, yeah, dude, it's March.
Yeah, we're trying, man. We try to make it out, or blast it out there.
But it ebbs and flows, and yeah, we're roughly on par with last year's engagement. Maybe a little lower. Evan's cheery positivity here, as always. I'll let you take that
The
one.
guys who run Last Figure Standing also said that they had a little bit of drop off.
Yeah.
What's going on there? But
Yeah. It's not like we didn't hit a cliff. It's not off. It's like what, 100 off from last year's average. So
Yes.
which
thank you for sharing, Zanger Fake. We
not the
appreciate
end of the
you.
world. So
Yes, thank you. And yes, thank you to everybody who has shared. And I'll say Riley probably took a massive dip when Sweet Simaloo got taken out. Agreed.
Nobody cares anymore. No.
it's
So,
over.
yes.
It's over. It's done.
When you guys last had the stream last week, I believe it was the Sweet 16 was just
It was.
wrapping up. Yes. So
Yeah, it was actually the last day of 8 matchups, and I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that until I was going into the outline to add stuff today. And I was like, oh, I don't need to do a terrible, breathless spiel with transitions and stuff and bad segues. It's just the one matchup today. So,
yes.
but yeah. So the Sweet 16 happened. Since then, Friday last week was the Elite 8. There were no upsets in that go around. Monday then saw the Final 4 compete, and the Final 4 were Luthen versus Wrecker, Pong versus Saw, and we all know how that ended up. Luthen and Pong are in our championship right now. So again, no upset
Yes.
that round.
And Pong and Saw were very close on the 11-point spread, 11-4
Yeah.
difference.
So here's the bracket real quick. And I guess, John, since you mentioned that they were close, let's go down. I think the next slide is going to be this. Mentioning a little bit of
Yes.
context about these two characters that are competing. This is a first.
Yeah, so this championship round is appropriately named this year. It's not appropriately named every year because that's what it is, but it's especially double appropriately named this year because both have been champions in TVC fan polls over the past couple of years. Pong Krell won TVC March Madness 2 years ago in 2024, and Luthen Rael won Last Figure Standing last year in 2025. So some people can say, I want new characters. I saw people saying, ban characters that ever won a fan poll. I'm like, well, if that was the case, then why would people still be voting for them? They clearly want them. That's why we are where we are. This
Putting
shows
them on their lists. Yeah.
Yes, consistent demand for these characters until they get made.
Yes.
Yeah. As I've quoted you saying from weeks ago, it's like, a message may be received, but figure's not received yet.
Yes.
So
Yeah. and just one thing too, like I know a lot of people are frustrated that, for example, like the Bad Batch keeps showing up. I'm frustrated by it too. Get it?
Yeah.
We're all tired of the Bad Batch. But here's the thing. It's valuable to Hasbro to show that consistency and to show that demand has not, fallen off. Because if we take a crew like that, or even just one character, and we're like, okay, we're taking it out of the tournament, we're putting it up on the shelf because Hasbro says message received.
Yeah.
What happens when new shows and new media comes out and they just don't get around to it? And now 2 or 3 years pass. And now they're like, well, is the demand still there? We're not sure because it's not in the tournament anymore. Now we're not sure if our data is good anymore. This is why it's important to keep characters in the tournament until they get made. So we will not be removing characters until they are made, no matter how annoying it is. I get it. It's very annoying. I understand. We are not removing characters.
Yeah.
So I want to
We're
answer a
also
couple.
not combining crews either,
No,
because they're
not
at all.
unique figures with unique tooling. So no, we're not rolling them all into one slot, no matter how annoying it is. I'm
The
sorry, we're
Tonica
not doing
sisters
it.
Tonica sisters can use the same limbs, but you can't really reuse anything across the remaining Bad Batch characters. A couple questions in the chat I wanted to address. Zingerfake says, Zinger? You said Zinger. I say Zinger. Anyway, is this the first time the number 1 seed made it to the championship? No, I was looking in 2021. Bo-Katan was the number 1 seed and the champion. In 2022, Count Dooku was number 1. He won the next year, so correct, he didn't win that year. 2023, number 1 was Leia, episode 4, so she didn't make it. Then, yeah. Last
Can you
year's number
highlight Kingdom of
What?
Weird's comment about Skeleton Crew?
Yes, let me see. Skeleton Crew.
Yeah,
fell
see,
off
this
Bad
is
Batch didn't.
this is a prime example, right? No offense to the Skeleton Crew fans out there. This is a prime example of how demand can wane or can be sustained, and it's important to provide that data to have what's still relevant to community interests. Bad Batch has not fallen off. They're still, I don't care about that show. I particularly care for these characters. I didn't enjoy it for the most part. But it's very obvious that the overall community really wants Crew completed. I think that, if they are not being prioritized with Hasbro right now, I think you really need to recalibrate and find a way to get those into the line, because everyone's tired of them dominating these polls, not allowing other characters to rise to the top, and for the tournaments to be different for once. Right?
But I said, for people that don't like the characters, imagine that's frustrating that they keep coming back. But
Yeah,
imagine how frustrating it is
I get it.
for people that like the characters, like me, that want these figures. Way
For
more
sure.
frustrating for me. So cry me a river, you Bad Batch haters.
For sure.
But
No,
and
I
then
get
somebody
it. I
pointed
do
out,
get it.
yes, the year that Pong Krell won, Balin Skull was the number 1 seed, and he made it to the championship as well. So it's happened many times in the past, actually.
Yes.
And again, worth repeating, it's not about what you don't want. Everybody on all of these lists, even the ones that don't quite make the bracket, those are things. It's about what you want to see first. And so, yes, if the Skeleton Crew fell off, it just shows shifting priorities. Why did I pronounce it that way? Priorities.
But also, I do think that's a case of like we only have, like at least with Bad Batch, we now we have Hunter and Crosshair. We have some of the secondary clones and stuff, but with Skeleton Crew, we literally only have Jod, and it's like, okay, if we want one of the kids, we need all 4, and then it's like, and then we want SM33 and Brutus and all that. But any shways, do we have the path of how these characters got here?
Yes, we do. So let's see. Hopefully that's what's next up on here. So yeah.
Yes, you can take this, Evan, if you like.
So we'll go through Luthen's path to the championship. So he was on the Northwest number 1 seed. He was the Northwest corner of the bracket. So in the round of 64, he was up against the 64 seed, the 5th brother Inquisitor. Luthen did not have any issue clearing that hurdle. It was 1,027 votes to the 5th brother's 434. The next round, he advanced and he fought an OT favorite, Bosk. This was the round of 32. Luthen was 903 votes to Bosk's 603. So again, not a really difficult match for him, but it was getting a little tough there for a sec. Onto the Sweet 16, he then faced off against a prequel Jedi Master, Qui-Gon Jinn, who has Qui-Gon ever made it this deep into the tournament before?
You know what? These are all great questions. And
don't worry about it. That's
I don't know.
On the spot.
I don't. Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine. So in the Sweet 16, Luthen faced off against Qui-Gon. It was 1,011 votes to 601. Again, Luthen was really railing the competition. We're going to say it every time. Into the Elite Eight, he started his conquest of the Bad Batch, where he vanquished Echo, 931 votes to 583 votes. Into the Final Four, where he then took down Wrecker, who cares? 857 votes to 602, which then ended him up into the championship. So that's been his journey there. What are the seeds of his opponents that he's faced, John? I didn't.
Oh my God. These great questions. They just keep coming. I'll say, first of all, Qui-Gon, yes, he made it to the Sweet 16 this year. He only made it on the bracket one other time, where he made it to only the first round. He didn't make it past the first round.
So
or just kidding. 2 times he's made it.
Okay.
To the first round. The seeds for these guys, which I do have it up. Fifth Brother was 64. Bosk was 33. Qui-Gon was 17. Echo was number 9. And then Wrecker was number 4.
Perfect. So
Eventually
yeah,
we'll see Fifth Brother rise up, since we're getting more Inquisitors. You know, people are going to want more Inquisitors to round up.
sign me up for all the Inquisitors. I love them.
He was holding on for dear life at number 64, so I don't know, but
Yeah.
I appreciate
We'll
the
see.
optimism.
And that's only because Marak
That is
got revealed beforehand, and so he got to move up.
Yes.
So, yeah. So then shifting gears, looking at the other side of the bracket, our other contender in the championship is number 6 seed, Pong Krell.
Mm-hmm.
In this first round, John, I did not write down the seeding here, but in the first round of
I'll
64.
tell you as it happens.
Perfect. In the round of 64, he went up against Ezra Bridger Peridia,
Number 59.
number 59. So he won that 990 to 586 votes. In the next round, in the round of 32, he faced off against Shasatil. He tore up the sheet of Shasatil. I can't even make jokes
Hard to
anymore.
say.
You better be careful saying that name.
She's
I'll
20,
tell you.
Yes.
27.
Yes, so she was 27. He took her out, 865 votes to 710 votes. You'll notice that was a slightly tighter one than the first matchup, slightly closer.
Yes. What I can say, Mr. Minimalist over here says, I'm not a fan of this voting against narrative. Go ahead and read what it says on the screen. Which character do you want to see added to the vintage collection as an all-new figure first? It is not voting against another character per se.
No part of this is about what you don't want. It's just what would you prefer to see first in a thought experiment.
Yes.
So,
Because all the characters that made it into the 64 are obviously in demand.
yes. Yes. And again, we say this all the time. The performance in the tournament does not change the data of how they were ranked, how they were
Initial
seeded,
seeding.
and
Yep.
yes. So, yes.
But
So
also
anyway,
we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, Plo Koon is number 22.
Plo Koon, number 22. That's who Pong Krell took out in the Sweet 16. And this was a bit of a nail biter. 822 votes to 790. And in the Sweet 16, Luthen was also going up against another prequel Jedi. That was Qui-Gon. So they both had to clear a Jedi hurdle to get to the finals. So then moving on to the Elite Eight, another close one for Pong. He seemed to really be in those close matchups. It's where he got 784 votes to Bodhi Rook's 730. Bodhi Rook is blank seed.
14.
14 seed. So yes, took him out. And then that brings him to the Final Four, which is where he fought against Saw Gerrera. And that was 735 votes to 724. That was an 11 vote difference. So it was close for Pong to get to this one. He did not have an easy road to the championship.
And Saw was number 10.
Saw was number 10. Sweet. So yeah, that's the road to the finals there.
Yes, and then we've said it before, but it's interesting to look at the data in different ways in the top 25 versus the matchups. But when we get to top 25s, not every character is going to be on every list. But once we get to this bracket, everybody votes. Everybody that votes makes a decision between all the characters if you vote in every round. But as we get into the Elite Eight, I believe all of them were in the top 10, other than Two Tubes, who was an upset over C-3PO. And I think in the Sweet 16, only a few of them were outside like the top 16 rankings. So there are a few upsets, but just to say that the top 25 data and the voting data does match up more times than not, like
Mm.
3/4 of the time or more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're
yes,
not that different. So,
yes.
but yeah,
There you go. And where are we here? Let's take a look. Let's pull up some 18,000 tabs here.
Yep.
Alrighty. So
1 second.
get your
1
votes
second.
in.
We got to address this question here. I wonder how many characters in March Madness would be 100% new tooling? Hey, that's the point of the whole thing,
Yes.
my guy. Is we are not looking for retools or repack, anything like that. All of these characters, the implicit understanding here is people want an all new figure. So, like, for example, General Grievous in this tournament, right? People don't want a repack of Grievous, they want new General. Point of the whole thing.
Yep.
And as the tooling library expands, it of course gets a little more, you know, you have to get into the weeds to kind of know what exists, what doesn't exist. So it's not like, you want a new Jedi, but he could use these legs. But it's like, you know what? In spirit of it, you want a new version. So yes, the intention is to focus on new tooling where possible, when possible. So
To that point, well, first of all, let's say thank you, John Connor.
yes, John Connor.
Watch out for that Terminator, but thank you.
I was going to say, I wonder if that's his real name or if this is a Terminator reference.
But
As
as we're
tell us in the chat.
as we're on the tooling topic for a second, I wanted to make one more reference to the fact that Grand Moff Tarkin would have been on the bracket if not for we removed him this year because he would be a lot of reused tooling, but he ranked. I'm going to call him 56A when I do my post because I believe Tanith or somebody was saying that, you know, that might be how they do it. But which brings us to, so we want Grand Moff Tarkin even though we took him off the bracket because we
For
have
sure.
most of him.
Yeah, it's very
So-
little minimal new tooling.
Nobody wants Imperial officers more than me, I can assure you.
Yes. And
Tyler,
it's only
which
one
ones-
very badly.
Which ones do you want? If only there was some other way to find that out. Oh, wait!
Hey, there he is with the image on point.
So this is from our friend Ultimate Battle Station on Instagram.
Yes.
Ultimate.battle.station, also known as Cloned by Hasbro on the Rebel Scum forums, I believe. Everybody's got different names everywhere you go, and so do I, and it's very confusing, but...
I don't.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So-
so go ahead, John.
Yes, I'll just read it here, but he'll be running a poll very soon. Just wanted to give one more shout out to it. As it says here, hashtag extend the empire for the vintage collection. Which unmade or outdated Imperial officers does the TVC collecting community want to see Hasbro make? Let's find out. As Lando would say, let's find out. Prepare for the arrival of a new Imperial officer-focused survey coming soon. And those faces without any defining features are the stuff of nightmares, but I do appreciate it. And they have no rank badges as well.
Yes, that's what really triggers me. No, I'm just kidding. Face is less important. No, I'm just kidding. I really would love to see us get those rain parkas, and trench coats for our Imperial
Yes.
officers. I would love it. Please,
Absolutely.
Hasbro, please.
Yes.
That'd be great. And maybe even some new legs for the female officers. So
Yes.
Yeah.
but
Now we're getting greedy.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
all right. Too
Excuse me.
much to ask for there. No.
But yes, so the fun will not end right after March Madness. This will be coming soon. Not 100% sure exactly when this will be happening, but we'll be sure to share it.
Absolutely.
On,
I'm excited to
Instagram.
see.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it's like we can only do so much. This March Madness eats up, I think, an entire fiscal quarter each year of our
Yes.
lives. It's maddening. So it's great to see other folks out there take the initiative to, you know, do these other things that do start filling in the gaps that can be left, you know, to get more specific with stuff. I know we've talked about it before. I think Blitz, who's been on the show, doing the all clones edition of a Black Series bracket. That's cool. That's smart. So then that way you can have the conversation separately. And it's just kind of ways to keep these conversations going throughout the year about these specific things. So
Yes.
Yeah.
So wanted to go. I know you filled out a bracket, Evan. I can't remember if Tyler did or not. How busted is your bracket now?
this bad boy was busted pretty early. I got 10 points, so 10 matchups correct in the east or west side of the round of 64. I got 6 correct on the east side of the round 64, 2 correct on the round of 32, 0, 0, very, very little. And obviously Ben Solo did not bring home the bacon on this one. Did not go well for me. So anyway, I see all you folks out there in the comments when you get like, oh, this isn't none of my picks went. Ja feel, dude. Ja feel. And I have to run the thing. So
we went through, day after day, all of our top picks were just falling to the wayside.
Yeah.
But you know what? They got there in the first place, and it was fun.
Yeah. And we're talking about them.
My wants got eviscerated. So, for anyone out there after 6 years who's still accusing us of rigging, really bad at it then, because of our favorite characters were slaughtered. So
yeah,
very good at rigging this, and we're rigging it.
Were Luthen or Pong Krell on your guys' top 25 list? I can't recall.
Not
Put Pong down toward the bottom just to, throw my support towards it. I think I lent him like, I don't know, not too much. I don't think Luthen was on mine.
Luthen was my number 2, and Pong was my number 6, and he ended up.
You're doing fine.
He's number 6.
I love that for you.
I
think I had Luthen on my list either last year or the year before. I can't remember. Again, it's predicated on the fact that I want them all. I want them all, even the stuff that I'm just kind of like, I don't know how to say that name, or that's just from frames in the background. Ultimately, sign me up. If it's a TVC figure and it's from a Star Wars, I love it. I want it. I need it.
Yes.
So.
Star Wars.
Daniel Falconer says, quoting Luthen, "How nice for you." So
yeah.
we have about half an hour before the polls close. We do have, we want all 64 characters. We want more than that. I don't have any images made up for this, but I do have the other. Let's fill out the top 100. Why don't we?
Let's do it. Who else was on that list?
Do we want to start at 100 and go up, or do we want to start at 65 and go down?
Let's go from 65 and up, so that because then there's still some.
So down.
Yeah, sorry, down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 65, as we know, is of course Imperial Praetorian Guard. He made it on because Baze was knocked out. I don't have any pictures. Just imagine them. Yeah. Number 66. And I don't have any segues either. Maybe I'll come up with segues on the thing. You know what? Imperial Praetorian Guard is good to me. But who's no good to me? Just kidding. I don't know. Anyway, number 66 was Boba Fett from Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. This one shocked me a little bit, but yeah.
And then that gets into the whole thing of, does he need a completely new tooling from the Return of the Jedi one? Some people say yes, absolutely. I say probably not. I think it's mostly fine.
I'm inclined to agree with you, but I know people don't like that. So
I know, so who knows? But anyway, number 67 was Neil, barely missing out on the bracket.
But I was told nobody wanted Skeleton Crew. Just kidding.
him just a little guy, but for a big guy, we got number 68, Dirge. So some more Tartakovsky, some more
really
Republic
good
comic love.
performance.
Yeah,
that's rad. I did not expect him to be that rad. That's awesome.
I mean, we'll be very happy about that.
And now for a nice character at number 69 is Darth Maul from Episode 1, the Sith Apprentice edition.
Yes.
So both Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan made the bracket, but Darth Maul Episode 1 just missed out.
It's probably, if I had to guess, if I'm allowed to guess or like discuss any of these as we go, John, is that okay? Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Just with Darth Maul, I would say that the existing Darth Maul figure, while still in dire need of an update, is just a hair better than both the dreadful Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon that we have.
Yes, because he was actually new for the vintage collection because they were all done around the same time in Legacy, and then Darth Maul was the only one to get an actual update.
Yeah, and he was reissued in 2020 with photo real as well.
Yeah.
So,
real quick, can you highlight Lil Pookie's comment?
Yeah, I saw that's hilarious. So Baze made it to March Madness, then was announced, then reviewed by Bosk's Bounty before the end of March Madness. Epic Tim. Yeah, I commented. I was like, "You're going to start getting
Really
these figures
incredible.
before they're even produced."
Yeah. Let us know which ones we need to disqualify then, Tim.
Yes.
I sent him a message. I was like, dude, you need to go touch some grass because that's insane. Like the fact that you got this so fast. Of course, kidding, Tim. I love you, buddy, but it was fun.
Someone who else needs to touch grass is anybody who knows who number 70 is. It's Kyle Katarn.
More EU slander. Come on, dog.
The Dash Rendar of the PC gaming world. A guy named Kyle. Oh my goodness, with a goatee. He doesn't get a whole lot more 90. If it doesn't get more 90s than Dash, this guy's pretty close.
Yeah.
So number 71, some more Skeleton Crew love. Pirate Captain Brutus. It'd be awesome. I know you guys are going to be very excited about this one. I was actually quite happy with this one. Very close to the bracket. We had a lot. No, I'm talking about the next one. We had a lot of Cantina love on the bracket, but we almost had one of my favorite Cantina characters. Number 72, Akmina from the holiday special. Almost made the bracket, only 8 spots away.
It doesn't have to be a good Star Wars. I still want figures from it.
Here's another song for you. Just one more round, friend, then homeward bound, friend. Don't forget me in your dreams. Dun, 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 dun. Let me have a drink real quick.
Oh,
just kidding.
God. We need to do go back in. It's probably on this channel, folks. Listen to our holiday special episode. I think we did. It was fun.
So from one Cantina to another, number 73, Grief Karga from the Navarro Cantina, Season 1.
Yep.
I just call him Navarro Cantina because reminder that we need him for that and for the Razor Crest. Number 74, he was on the bracket last year but fell off. Clone Captain Rex Silos from Rebels. And this guy was in the bracket
from Rebels.
Yeah, which I think maybe you could use some clone parts, but I don't know.
Yeah. He's pretty bulky. He'd probably be on the tour.
He wasn't missing no meals in those years after the.
Aside from maybe like his feet, which come on, that passes the sniff test. I'll give you that.
Number 75 was on the bracket a couple years ago. Some folks will be happy about this. Was Newt Gunray Mustafar from episode 3.
Shout out to Galagus Rex.
Yes.
Galagus Rex.
Made it into the top 100.
Yep.
Pretty good. He made it onto the bracket, last year, right?
Let me look real quick. I think it was a couple years ago.
2 years ago?
I have all these.
Some solid campaigning.
He made it one time. It was 2024.
Okay. So the year that Pong took it all.
Yes. Yeah. So next was back to the OT. There might be a couple versions of this guy on the list, but number 76 was Han Solo from Hoth. Number 77, keeping it with Empire Strikes Back, was the Ugnaught, which we still need for the carbon freezing chamber all these years later. Number 78, more up Tyler's alley, is the Clone Scout Trooper from Kashyyyk.
Nice.
The Galactic Marine was
78?
on. Yeah.
Okay.
79 was Queen Amidala herself from Theed, so some more Episode 1 love for the top 100. Number 80, this guy was on the bracket. How many times? I think twice. Let me double check. I got spreadsheets on spreadsheets, folks. How many points? Just kidding. Wrong spreadsheet. Good God.
We're losing it. We're in the final.
Only once. Only in 2022, but it is Max Rebo.
Cool.
Where are we here?
We're on 81 now.
Well, I meant physically where was my thing. All right, number 181. We just saw him on Hoth, but now he's on Takadana. It's Han Solo from The Force Awakens.
He was on my top 25, so good to know that he's still in the conversation.
Yes, an iconic character played by an iconic actor, just like number 82, the beloved Cantina Spaceman.
No name.
But as I said, both Boshek and Bosk made the bracket. So I didn't combine the points, but they were enough to get all separately on the top 100. Number 83, this guy was in the bracket a couple times, also needed for the Razor Crest, Q90, or AKA 0 from The Mandalorian Season 1. Number 84, we don't have Moolah, but we do have Ula here on the top 100. We don't have Moolah after our pre-orders all fulfilled this past week.
Yeah, Moolah's tight right now.
Yes. Yeah. Somebody who probably would buy an Ula action figure is number 85, Cyril Karn, Deputy Inspector. In his season 1 look. A lot of Andor.
He did have action figures in his
like
or whatever.
Clone Troopers,
Yeah.
So a lot of Andor love on the bracket this year, and one more for the top 100. It's 86, the ISB Tactical Agent. He could reuse some parts that we could have discussed whether or not we would have disqualified him or whatever. But he's here on the top 100 anyway. Number 87, someone that people were surprised not to see on the bracket after his Black Series figure did crazy well this year, at least in comments and whatnot. A Star Killer, the Dark Lord edition. Call him Sith Stalker, I think, whatever you call it.
Lord Star Killer.
Lord Star Killer, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that was announced after we closed out lists, I think.
I think it was early. It was before that. It was around the time of the Inquisitor. It was before the Inquisitors were announced.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was, but you're right. I can't exactly remember
I
what it was.
expect that one to
Yeah.
shoot up big time for next year.
Yeah.
This is an
But
awesome.
also technically an Andor figure because that armor is in Luthen's office.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Kind of. Anyway, number 88 is another figure for Cyril, but it's Princess Leia Organa, Hutt Slayer, prisoner, whatever you want to call her, Jango Fett Starship, Princess Leia, Boba Fett Starship. 89, another Inquisitor, the seventh sister from Rebels. I think after her Black Series figure came out this year, she shot up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Another Leia who was on the bracket a couple years ago. Number 90 is Princess Leia Organa Jabim from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. How about some
Love
more
that.
some more Andor love at number 91 with Kino Loy? I'm sorry, I'm just rambling through it.
No, please do. Sorry, don't let me stop you.
Number 92, Lorena. This one's for you. It's a Duchess Satine Kryze. This is specifically her, because we do the thing where we the highest ranked outfit, and then we combine the generic points with that. But this would have been her blue gown edition. So she made the top 100 this year. Pretty good.
Love that.
Number
Thank you.
93. Number 93, maybe another one we probably would have disqualified if it made the bracket, but it's Clone Commander Cody, who would be
Yes.
mostly Clone Trooper parts. Number 94, another Cantina classic. You know him, you love him. It's Rejesk. Mr. Regis Philbin himself, Rejesk, the rat in a brown robe, the rat in a hoodie.
Iconic.
Yes. Another hairy guy wearing clothes. People were asking where this guy was. Number 95 is Kelnaka from the Acolyte.
Nice.
And we were wondering where Stacey made the bracket, but his pal did not. He was 96. Aegon Kolar. We're Aiken for Aegon.
Yes.
Papa Cola for Kolar or something. I don't know. And then that's to support the Republic gunship, but to support the Cantina, we will need number 97 Muftak. I can't do this, whatever he does when he's wiping his proboscis. I love that little guy. Number 98, we're so close here, folks. Number 98 was the B2 Super Battle Droid. We're getting B2 Emo, but we're not getting the B2 Super Battle Droid. It'd be great for Geonosis. Number 99, another original finished 96er, is Mr. General Madine, action with his action beard. Hopefully he has a removable beard. And then 100, here's another one for Tyler. It's the Great Mothers of Lachesis.
Number
Octopi.
100.
Number
That's
100.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh
So-
my gosh.
Top
What-
100.
Barely made it in.
So what if? So Baze is still factored in at number 3.
Yes.
So if you removed Baze and then you took out, who'd you say, Cody?
Yeah.
So
And,
what are 101 and 102 that would then move up?
We would have removed Cody, and who was the other one? I said maybe the ISB Trooper, but anyway,
So who is on the bubble of the top
let me see.
100?
Let me see. That was where are we? Let me go to the other list. It'd be Admiral Trench was next
Oh
from the Clone
wow.
Wars, and then Garsa Whip.
Okay.
Then there's another one. For
Oh,
you. And then,
you.
Yeah.
and then Finn
Talking to
from.
all you in the.
I see all
comments
you
out
guys
there.
out there.
I'll hit you with a couple more because Finn from Episode 9, and then Darth Nihilus, then your boy Prince Shizor, and then Poe Dameron from Episode 9.
Nice.
And he and Finn had been on the bracket a couple times.
Why stop there? 9
Top
nums
150.
says Top 150. Just kidding.
I'll probably put it in the post, but we've done it. I'll say Dooku Jedi Master was 112. There's a couple good ones in here.
Oh, nice.
They're all great. Jaina
They're-
Solo
yeah.
was a little bit further down, 120. I could go on, but I
You
won't.
could. So if that's all of us listing stuff, man. Imagine, man, what if we did more than 25 on our list? You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's hard to cut it down to just 25 at the beginning of the year when you're doing it. I could list for days things that I want, and it would ultimately just be a 1-for-1 list. That's all of these that are on
Yes.
the submitted list. Because again,
So-
I want them all.
Start your campaigns now, folks. I see people in the chat say Obi-Wan needs his girlfriend. We'll push for her next time. Absolutely.
Yes.
Great Mothers might experience a bump after Ahsoka Season 2.
Yep.
Think so,
Dagobah
yes.
love. What Dagobah love? Dagobah Luke, maybe, I guess. Sure. Oops, sorry.
See,
You go.
oh yeah, and then Daniel Falconer.
Oh,
Watch
yes.
Rookcast stocks rise after Maul Shadow Lord. Fingers crossed, man. That'd be rad.
Rookcast will make it next year, maybe.
She barely made the top 200 this year, but
So you're saying there's
She's pretty cool though.
How many for
I
Greb
will
Leaps?
say for all
Greb
the
shout
the
out to
grief-
Troa Man.
He made 3 lists, 42 points, so somewhere down 800, down near number 800.
18.
Anyway,
Who
would
is
say
for all-
Broadcast? Turn into Shadow Lord on April whatever, and you'll find out.
Ken Powar, nice guy. Welcome to the
Yeah,
TVC world. Welcome to the SWTVC world. You've got a lot of
got some catching up
to do.
I saw
You
he
guys-
said that
can
he
you guys
learned
hear
about
me?
this. Yes,
Yeah, we can hear you.
So, go ahead, Tyler.
I was just gonna say for all the grief we've given Hasbro about how we're sick of Mandalorians, I think Rookcast and Garsack are so unique and cool and bad.
Yeah.
Those would be good ones to make.
Yeah.
Gar Saxon,
We'll
what? And
probably
he's
see.
114. He was in the bracket the first year, I believe.
Okay.
And I said before, but once we do the Imperial, the Rebels version? These guys are based on the versions from Rebels, so they could pretty easily just repaint this guy with a new head and a new unhelmeted head and make the Rebels versions of this same guy.
That'd be rad.
But yeah, people voted for the Clone Wars edition. So we have about 18 minutes left.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm going to name all 2,100, what was it, 2,100 figures? I'm not going to do that.
Oh man. Let's see. Again,
Some peop-
just reminder, if you haven't voted yet, 12 minutes, 11 minutes, do that. It's the link tree in the corner of the screen. It's Pong Krell versus Luthen Rael. Who'd you want to see first between the two? So
Who did you guys vote for? Did we discuss this yet?
we did not. So Tyler, who'd you vote for?
I voted for Luthen.
I think I know he already won. I voted for Pong. He has a lightsaber.
He has
Two.
two.
He has two.
He has
double
four,
lightsabers.
kind of, yeah.
And again, we've talked about this lightsabers. They make my heart go fast. So I'm
Yeah.
always going to vote. Well, not always, but usually I'm going to lean towards the character that has the action figure appeal. But that's not to say I don't want both, because good Lord, dude, Luthen is so needed. And again, after winning last figure standing.
Hey,
Wow.
Yep. Before, John, you tell us how you voted, which
Thank
is
you,
probably
Kiwi
the
Man.
correct way to vote. Middle-aged Kiwi Man tipped us New Zealand dollars 10. So we're either rich or I think we're rich. I think that's
Yes.
really good money. Kia ora, and thanks for all your work on March Madness, guys. Have some Hobbiton dollars in humble appreciation. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
And
brother.
thank you so
I
much for being a
appreciate you.
guest on one of the early streams this month, man. Really appreciate you.
And congrats on all the new Lord of the Rings movies coming soon. So I'm sure
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
economy is going to be booming down there very soon. Stephen Colbert's got one. They've got a Gollum one. It's going to be great.
Baymax writes, I should have chosen Luthen because he has a
Yes.
lightsaber ship. Dang it. Yes. All right. Pack in Luthen with the
Lightsaber
ship
ship.
and sold. I'm going to change my vote.
So this one was
Hilarious.
hard for me because Pong's been on my list every year, and he's been on my personal lists for the past 15 years. Those episodes came out 15 years ago,
Wild.
and that was
Wow.
kind of around the time
Goodness.
they stopped covering the Clone Wars super well around season 4, 5, 6. So I've wanted him for a long time, but Luthen was higher on my list, so I did go with Luthen. We need a lot more. We have quite a bit from Clone Wars, but we need more, and we have almost nothing from Andor, and we need more. We need more of everything. We want it all. What are the priorities? That's what we've been doing here.
Oh, man.
We do need them both, as evidenced by the fact that they're both champions of different fan polls.
Yeah. So either way, we're about to have a double champion.
Double
so.
champion.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll.
I saw someone who asked a couple times, was there any big surprises for you guys this year with this?
Yeah.
There weren't
That
any,
Ben Solo didn't win at all.
I was genuinely surprised that Mara went from being champion last year to going out in the first round. That
Yeah.
kind of, I was like, just happened. Like, what?
Because I know you were talking about people don't want a double champion, but here we are. But she also just
Yeah.
she also just won last year, so it's like even if they immediately rush the winner into production, which they don't do. I mean, they got a
Yeah, look
plan,
at
they got a
Pong, we're still
budget, they got
waiting, so.
so we're still. But I don't know.
I
She was
think
also
it also heavily depends on who they're matched up with, right? Like, It depends.
I guess, but to a point. But I mean, regardless, they're gonna win or lose at some point, you know. So if they couldn't beat one of the characters, they're not gonna beat the next. That's how people always say, "Oh, if I did the matchups." Well, you didn't. Well, you did because you voted on them.
Again, the question that we are asked every year is like, who chose this? Who made this happen? Or like, who set these
This
matchups?
matchup is stupid, or whatever.
Not us, guys. Y'all did.
It's just
collectively,
data.
you are just as culpable as us for everything.
It's just data.
So, but I did want to mention too, real quick, that this year had a couple of firsts. So we talked about how we could have the she just wanted
Funko
Pop.
I ordered a case of. I did not order a case of that Mara Jade Funko Pop, but thank you.
A year of firsts. We have potentially the first ever double champion of March Madness. We have potentially the first winner of both Last Figure Standing and March Madness. So that's a first potential. So either way, that'll be a first. We had a first where we had to, we disqualified a character. That was Grand Moff Tarkin for the reasons that we outlined earlier. And again, Ultimate Battle Stations, Imperial Officer poll and survey stuff later this year. I'll be watching that with great interest. So I'm excited to see how that shakes out.
And the first time that
sorry.
The base of it all, which I assume
that's what I was going to say. It was the first time that we had a figure revealed during the tournament that was, a high seed. And so we had to scramble and figure out what to do for that. So, that's where the Imperial Praetorian Guard subbed in. So it gave us a lot to, 6 years in, there were still new things for us to, bump up against and try to figure out how to navigate it, how we wanted to move forward with stuff. So, yeah.
There's a good question kind of in relation to that. From Scott Grady.
Did you learn any lessons this year that you thought or that you might implement next year?
Go to bed earlier.
Go to bed earlier and continue to learn the lesson that you can't make everyone happy. So
yes, stay out of the comments as much as possible.
Yeah, we're catching strays for Hasbro. Everybody mad at us about like, oh, the Bad Batch and the repeat characters, they ruined the fun of it all. And it's like, again, we don't make the characters.
Don't vote for them again then.
Yeah, like you want new blood.
They won't get farther again.
Yeah, so.
I'm always reminded of, George going, why would I make more when everybody just yells at you all the time? It's the same people that yelled at him to get him to stop. They're yelling at us. They're yelling about the people that he told it, the whole thing.
And Disney took over and they yelled at them. Yeah.
Yes.
There's no winning, man. No winning.
They said, George, come back. And he was like, I left because of you guys, but okay. But the real winners were somebody said, the real winners were the prequel trilogy characters we eliminated along the way. Sure.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of, for all some of the new stuff, as somebody's Docking Bay 94. Besides the overall winner, what do you believe maybe some key takeaways for Hasbro and or Bad Batch, etc.? I'll say from the initial submissions, the biggest amount of newness was from A New Hope off the back of Return to Tatooine and Andor off the back of Season 2. We always get a lot of, people shout recency bias, but then we get people want new stuff when it's new. Shocking, we were just saying how fun it was to get the Mandalorian and Grogu stuff.
Yeah.
We get to look at it before it's in the movie. We get to say, gee, I wonder if it's going to look like this in the movie. We get to look at the details and stuff, or get to speculate about Marok and the 11th Brother and see how Maul deals with them in the show. It's fun stuff.
That's part of collecting. At least that's how, growing up, that was part of the collecting for me, of experiencing Star Wars through the figures. And so that's where it's been tough, where you can't experience large swaths of Star Wars through the figures. So,
and then as people are saying, Rogue One and Andor and Bad Batch definitely performed very well.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah, the top four were, it's a good split of animated and live action. You had Tony Gilroy, Dave Filoni, but I'm very formal when I talk about Mr. David Filoni. But let me pull up the bracket.
It's we talk about it when we go over the top 64 and looking at the bracket, a diverse spread of characters from everything, the new, the redos, the debuts, the weird, the wacky, the deep bench, the mains. That just goes to show the incredible range of tastes and priorities and asks that we all have collectively as a community, where when you say we want it all, that is a true statement, where we collectively, we do want it all. Even if you may not want everything, or I may not want everything, which again, lie. I want it all. It's just, you know, there's so much that has to be covered. And that's why it's fun to be able to sit here and chat with you guys and see all you folks talking about this stuff in the comments in places like Instagram, Bantha Skull, Discord, all of that fun stuff, Reddit, talking about these things of I want this and here's why, or here's how they could make this, or if they made this, it could lead to this, or just the possibilities. Let your imagination run rampant. And I really like, I don't care what people don't like. I don't care about what people don't want. That is of no use to me. That is of no interest to me whatsoever. If that's your entire identity for collecting in Star Wars, good for you. That's fine. Have fun with that. I like hearing, though, folks that do want stuff. I like hearing about the things people do want, the things they are excited about, the things that they do love. And I think it's really fun to be able to come together and celebrate that all in one go. So anyway.
Tell me why the thing that you think is really cool and why I should be excited about it.
Yeah.
And I know I give the EU stuff a hard time. That's just jokes, everybody. It's just not, that's just jokes. I'm glad that you love it. And I like this from Nicholas Hallows. Recency bias is just wanting something that is relevant. Yes, correct. Yeah. But it is also,
Can you highlight Charger 9105's comment there? Because I want to just talk about it quick.
I found it.
We're boring and bad. Just kidding.
Yeah. So Charger writes, I found the vote results from the round of 16 onward to be boring and disappointing, but that is not the fault of our distinguished host. Thank you. Yeah.
First of
all,
well, I just want to say, first of all, thank you for saying that it has nothing to do with us because the results are not our fault.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
I have seen many such comments this year, particularly as it relates to batch
Repeat
to
characters.
Luthen. Like repeat characters that people you know, Hasbro, you know, you can say, hey, message received on bad badge. It's like, okay, well then action required. I said it already at the beginning of the stream. I think that if these characters are not slated for already, you need to reshuffle the deck because people are super tired of them appearing in these tournaments and remaining unmade despite being very obviously in demand consistently. The demand has been presented for several years in a row. I think that's you need to be tactical here. I get it. They're not obligated to make anything from this. You know, we did have a brand team member on here earlier, Brandon, wonderful Brandon, come on and say that they're watching. So, you know, they are watching.
Yeah.
You know, they make a lot of wonderful stuff. We talked about it earlier. You know, I'm absolutely overjoyed. These guys, gotta say it again. I gotta say it again. I'm super happy. But, you know, we also pivot between, you know, sometimes feelings of a little bit of frustration.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a balancing act.
And, you know, we've also talked a lot about the fact that there has been, even just since the years we've been doing this is not a cause and effect sort of thing, but it's just nice to see that there has been a lot of progress made on a lot of these things that have risen to the top that we have asked for, things that have done well in March Madness, in Last Figure Standing, things that we are talking about, things that we are asking for. So it's good to see the progress. So progress, no matter how slow, is still progress. But of course, we want more. We want it all. We want it faster.
We want it all.
I just want to say, Trollman was here in the comments, or at least he was earlier, was on last week's stream.
Yep.
Right?
You say last week, that could have been years ago.
We're tired, fam. But anyway, he did a great breakdown towards the end of the stream about how much progress has been made and how consistent Hasbro has been about getting out those sort of super top performers that make it into like the very end of the tournament every time. And they're doing a good job, you know, for all the grief we give them. They're not listening. They're not doing X. They're not doing Y. Well, you know, true. They're making a lot of progress. Is it as fast as, you know, we would necessarily want it to be? No. get it, and they get it. Brandon said earlier, like, we can't give you everything that you would ever want, but we're doing our best, and I do genuinely believe they're trying to do their best.
And there's obviously
They are
different
listening.
priorities and the themes and stuff, and like Oray was on my most wanted list, but it wasn't. If we did a beast poll, maybe it would have been, but different things come up, and then if they're doing a Geonosis thing, I see people talking about my boy Pogle. He wasn't even on my top 25, but he's one of my favorite figures, at least recently, and and obviously
Really nice surprise.
Yeah, and then obviously they can reuse parts of him for the Picador and whatever one's going to have the sonic cannon at some point.
Next, my eyesight will be completely gone before we get the full Bad Batch. Yeah. So
Someone
and
said,
this kind of want to say
impression
another thing.
now.
There you go. I'll
which
do a little,
translates to
yes, which translates to what Nicholas Hallow says. Hasbro need to reconsider selective pipelines if Bad Batch are actually in the works. So we can all rest a bit easier. That's another point, is that we're not
great,
doing pipelines anymore. So usually they would do them like a year in advance of the figure, and now we're not. We're just not. We're learning it, so it has fun surprises, but there's also, we don't know anything beyond the current wave, right? For TVC.
Yeah, we're caught up to what we know about now, pretty much. Other than the Oray, I think, is the only thing. Oray and Baze are pretty much the two things that, besides Tim, people don't have that in hand.
Tim's going to go back in time and somehow get the Oray before it was revealed tomorrow, I think. And then Num was asking about if the Bad Batch were made and they used season 1 appearance, would the looks from later seasons be disqualified? I don't know how some other armor is. I will say there was like maybe 3 people that voted for a different hunter this year, but they probably wouldn't make the bracket because usually once something is made. But yes, the armor is mostly
you've talked about before, John. You did a breakdown, or you've had breakdowns in real life about it. I don't know if you posted about it, but
I've done a lot of Rebels breakdowns, but I need to do some more Bad Batch breakdowns.
Also, for the last time this March, my alarm just went off to remind me to turn off the poll in just about 2 minutes. So again, folks, if you haven't voted in March Madness yet, do so now.
We are flying towards the objective, and we are 2 mics out, right? So,
but
for my military folks in here,
it's haven't voted yet. Let me see. I had the I had a little spiel, but
hit us with the spiel. You got a minute.
No, I have a spiel for the winner.
Okay.
Tim is at the factory assembly line waiting to review before they assemble the part.
It's similarly to trying to get ahead of stuff. It's like we've had to come up with materials for both outcomes of this to make sure we have everything right.
I do that it's easy at the end when there's only 2 possibilities. So it's like, I'll say John Connor again can Beasts be added to March Madness next year to see people want it updated, et cetera, et cetera? No. But love the suggestion. But every time I'm like, I'm so tired, and then I start thinking of ways to do it bigger and better next year, or to do a vehicle poll, or to help people with their clone trooper polls, Imperial officer polls, things like that. Yeah. But
we're sticking to stuff that can fit, figures that can fit on a standard 6x9 mainline card. For the most part, there's a little bit of wiggle room there with deluxes and Pong Krells and stuff like that. But in general, let's not ask for enormous beasts and characters like Bendu, and let's be reasonable here. All right.
Voted with 1 minute to spare. Thank you. Any last words before the reveal is dropped? Thank you all. Thank you all. Yes. Thank you all. Thank you to everybody. We didn't write it out. Thank you to Miko for accepting my emails multiple times a week and scheduling all the posts for Facebook. Thank you to Bantha Skull for writing articles every day. Thank you to Tim for the 5-hour streams we got to do at the beginning of the month. And thank you to Victoria. Thank you to Yakface. Thank you to everybody who shared. Thank you to Yoda's News. Thank you to everybody. I'm forgetting so many people.
Kiwi Man.
Kiwi Man. Thanks for everyone who was on the show.
Everybody.
All right. The poll is still open right now. I'm closing it right now. I just had to type a little message that shows up when it's closed. So it's 10 on the dot, midnight on the dot. We are closed.
Wow.
That's a wrap on TVC March Madness 6. Gentlemen.
Here we go.
Beautiful.
Here we are. So, all right. So this matchup was not bad. Okay. So with 1,000, you guys ready for this, by the way?
Do you have the winner image that I sent earlier?
I do.
because it was fairly clear early on in the day who it was going to be.
Yes.
So
Yes.
go ahead.
Yep.
Go
I
ahead.
loaded this up. So the winner with, so there was 1,474 votes cast in today's championship round. The winner with 816 votes, which is 55.4% of the vote, and that is compared to the losers, 658 votes, 44.6%. Again, there's no losers here. We won them all. The winner of this year's TVC March Madness, Luthen Rael.
Hey,
We did it,
my
folks.
guy, my boy.
We
The
sacrificed
first
so much. We burned
March
our
Madness.
decency.
Yes.
and last figure standing double champion.
Yep.
We've made our minds a sunless space. Yeah, we sacrificed everything.
My collection is a sunless space without this character. Come on, let's do this.
Maybe not. It's at least a Luthenless space.
For sure, for sure.
It's a railless space.
So yeah, that's our winner of this year. So nice thing is next year we can have a new Carbonites added to the case, and as opposed to a redo of Pong Krell. Yeah, dude. I'm not. How do you guys? Are you guys feeling shocked, surprised, happy, sad, confused?
As somebody pointed out earlier, he was dominating most of the competition, most of the matchups he was in. Pong Krell was doing
That was
well.
me pointing that out.
That was you pointed out. People also pointed out. I'm giving it all. But whereas Pong Krell did well, obviously he did well enough to get to the championship, but it was a little bit closer with all the matchups. But Luthen was pretty commanding.
What was the vote spread again? Sorry, I know you said, but
For today?
yeah, like the final vote spread.
816 to 658.
Yep.
Wow,
So 150-ish, right?
Yep.
pretty decisive. I gotta say, I thought it would be closer. I did think Luthen was going to win, but I thought it would be closer.
Yeah, because Pong had those tougher matchups going into this though. So yeah, and tougher as in he had a tougher time and won by smaller margins going into it. So yeah,
Had a
dude.
guy
So this
say,
is this.
if Luthen loses, I'm eating a ghost pepper. Well, thankfully, you don't have to do that.
He lost the
Stormtrooper.
what was he up for the best actor Oscar, best supporting actor Oscar for that movie where he's sad about his daughter's house or whatever this
Sure.
year. I watched it. It was very sad. It was very Scandinavian. But yes, because I wrote a caption earlier. It was obviously we covered most of it. I just wanted to say, after his debut in Andor Season 1, Luthen has been a mainstay on the bracket the past 4 years, always making it into the top 10, climbing the ranks every time. He was a number 1 seed going into the tournament with 7,026 points from 449 lists, nearly 1,000 points and 100 lists ahead of everyone else. So there's plenty more. You'll be reading it tomorrow, but it's stuff we've already said basically tonight.
John Rosam writes, get some rest now. Your work is done. The work is never done. It's TVC.
There'll be posts in the coming days. There'll be bracket updates. I got to update the bracket. Do we have the final bracket?
I didn't put the
It looks like
bracket
the one
in.
you saw, and it has Luthen in the middle. So there
But
you go.
hey, look at that. He stays smiling in the middle of this. There's a quick recap of all the characters that were on this bad boy. And here we are. We've got 6
Amazing.
now for TVC March Madness. Can you believe it? That it's only been 6 years of doing this?
Only?
So I know, I joke about not doing, it takes a lot. This is a lot of work. It's a labor of love. But, I think I mentioned on a stream earlier this month where, next year's the 50th anniversary. It'd be crazy to not do it for the 50th anniversary. So we'll be back for another
We'll be
year.
back. We'll be back.
Yeah, we can threaten all we want, but there it is. So yeah, do you guys have any last thoughts before we let everybody go? There's still 130 people watching. So first off, thank you to everybody still here. Thank you to everybody who voted. And yeah, thank you guys for being here with me. So what you got?
Thank you guys. Thank you, Evan, for all the work you've done. Thank you, Tyler, for spreading the word and getting in the comment sections and everything. And Evan going insane and making beautiful graphics and setting the matchups every day. And I just turn on Photoshop templates. My work is done after February, basically. It's nothing.
Hey,
I'm the idiot that
Brandon's
makes
in the
new stuff
comments.
every year.
Brandon's in the comments again.
All
hello,
right.
Brandon.
Oh, he retracted his message, but I think he was going to add
Yeah, let's see. So yeah,
I
Brandon
forgot
writes,
Chris Yanchin,
congrats
that's
to
why.
Luthen. So yeah,
Yes.
And we're
Yeah,
getting
so
some thank yous. Appreciate
after
y'all.
Bo-Katan, he's
my
the
cousin, I know
second.
you.
What's up?
We got you, Brandon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Luthen is now the second after Bo-Katan, the second to
Chrysanthemum
be
did.
the top seed and to win the tournament as well.
Yep.
Yeah, Chrysanthemum won
Yep.
22.
Chrysanthemum was our second one. And then, the rest is history.
Beautiful.
Sweet. All right. Well, should we wrap this up then? We've kept everybody here just with bated breath for 2 hours and 6 minutes. We have our champion. Luthen Rael is TVC March Madness 6, the champion of TVC March Madness 6. And so there we go. 6 champions. And now we've got 3 unmade. So Brandon, your work is cut out for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, you guys good?
It's
if we
always
wrap this up
fun
then?
doing this. Yeah, I again just want to thank everyone for all your support, sharing, participating, voting, joining on these streams and watching with us, all the super chats, just all the support from everybody, both who assists with the polling and just everybody in the community who participate. We appreciate you all very, very.
Yes, thank you everybody who has followed along and shared and participated and voted and rallied for your favorites and been nice to each other.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Yeah.
We don't have to hear about Dash Rindar till next year. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess then let me just wrap this up with a couple last thoughts. I just want to echo the thank yous to all of you out there, to all of our esteemed guests that have been on the show throughout the month. Middle-aged Kiwi Man, Troa Man, Darth Xander, John Miko. Forgive me, everything's a blur from this month. I can hear the Oscars music playing and getting rushed off
The
the stage.
microphone's retracting.
Yeah. So, I appreciate again everybody out there having these discussions. We talked a lot about it. It means a lot to see something that started as just a humble idea become something that we had a brand team member pop on to be like, yeah, we pay attention. This stuff is fun. It's really cool to see this stuff and people rally together and
Makes it worth it.
Yeah, it makes it worth it, even when it may not go my way or it may not go your way, or if you're like, I'm sick of seeing these repeats.
Definitely did not go my way.
Same.
Not even close.
But we're
Hey,
here
I got my number two. My number 2 choice was the winner.
Yeah.
So I'm it's not
It
Sweet
works for you.
Simaloo, but it's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So just a reminder that while we're not at all affiliated with Hasbro in any way, obviously from their mouths directly, they do pay attention to these community events, and the more data and participation we can get, the better. And it's always worth repeating, this is not a tournament about what you don't want. It's about what you'd like to see first. Behind each and every single character on this bracket, on this top 100 list, on everything even submitted, there are a lot of people, a lot of passionate fans who do care about these characters and want to see them in this line that we all share joy in collectively together. So let's do our best to build up and support our fellow fans and collectors and have some fun along the way. Even once March Madness is over, let's keep the love going. We have other events to maybe look forward to with Ultimate Battle Station. If anybody wants to take initiative and do a beast or vehicle poll, great. Last figure standing, all of this fun stuff. It's very valuable that we keep 375 alive through talking about it, through action, through being constructive and just having fun with it. So anyway, with that, unless there's any objections.
Well, I want to say thank you
to
Mary Sullivan right here for $49.99. That's crazy.
Oh my God, Mary.
Thank you so much. That's so nice.
Yes, and thank you to
That's
everybody
super
who
awesome.
reaches out and helps us keep the lights on, both actually and mentally with this stuff. So again, never an expectation. Just thank you guys so much.
That's crazy, Mary. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Very appreciated. Very, very, very appreciated.
And then my Star Wars guys just undid it all by saying, Dash Rendar ring a gray pauldron 2027. Don't you dare. Well, James Chernish says, this is what I say. So much Star Wars to love. Keep them coming. We're on the precipice of a new show, a new movie. We got figures for it. And we're still getting great unmade stuff from classic movies that we love. I love to see it.
Yeah. There's a whole galaxy to choose from.
Yes.
So again, thank you to everybody who participated. Thank you to everybody who's watching. We'll see you again next year. That was fun, wasn't it?
Thanks to Hasbro for listening. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Watching
all
and
right.
listening.
With that does it for another the final installment of TVC March Madness 6 Wednesday night TVC show lives. Don't know what we call them. Running out of steam, obviously. Does it for another episode of the TVC show. That does it for another TVC March Madness. So, friends, thank you guys so much. And as always, keep 375 alive. Back TVC, and may the Force be with you.